What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for more World Junior coverage. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it, the final game of the tournament. Let's hope it can at least match or top the freaking vibes and the entertainment that the Czechs and Sweden provided us, ladies and gentlemen. What a tremendous game. That was amazing. But that was for bronze, okay? That was for bronze. This is for the gold. JVD, if you missed the last game, what are you doing with your life? Go back and watch it. It was unbelievable. Well, after this one. Finland, USA, ladies and gentlemen, for the gold. And keep the comments coming. Happy to take your comments throughout this entire watch party here. We provide live play-by-play, commentary, reaction, and of course live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. Bimeli, it's actually pretty easy, to be honest, buddy. Let me know if you need some help there. Let's go, USA. It's gonna be hard to top that last one. Boys, what's up? Vendetta, good to see you. Zeev hat-trick incoming? I don't think so. I think Zeev Buium has had a good tournament, not a great tournament. There have been, put it this way, everything that we expected him to do, weave around his opponents, quarterback a power play, all that stuff has been good. But there's been some low IQ moves. Like, he's given the puck up in some really less fortunate situations at times, some bad reads. But, like, again, I'm not here to, like, criticize Zeev Buium. The good outweighed the bad in this tournament, and I just think it was in the games in which he made those mistakes, he was being pressured and, like, you know, 2-man-on-1. They knew, the opposition knew that he's the one who's going to be running the show from the back end and really dictating play as they move into the neutral zone and offensive zone, and teams have just game planned for him. So I think it's less about him overall. There's just been some really bad, like, no look and, you know, possible low IQ at some points in the game plays. But like I said, the good outweighed the bad. And overall, I don't think, like, not that his stock needs to rise or not, but just for the sake of using that term, I don't think his stock rose after this tournament. I don't think his stock has lowered at all. I think he is what he is. We know what he is. And he's looked good overall, as well as pretty much all the Americans here. I think the only critique I have overall for the United States team is just discipline as well. They've taken a lot of penalties. Their penalty kill has been really good, and their special teams overall has helped them get over the hump in games where they've been tested. And the game in which they've been tested the most throughout this tournament was against Finland, and they lost that one in overtime. If Zeev gets a hattie, now you have to get a Zeev tattoo on your forehead. How much you paying me for that? Hook me up with a donation. Put your money where your mouth is, Hoptics. Put your money where your mouth is. 2-1 USA is my prediction. Locking it in. Will be tough, but USA will put it out 5-3. Let's go. I think that, man, this one's tough. I got money on the Americans. So I kind of want them to win. But like, I don't hate Finland at all. And coming into this tournament, I didn't think Finland was going to sniff a gold medal at all. I didn't think they had the depth, the scoring depth anyways, to go this far in the tournament. And they just showed that they can score when it matters. They have enough talent on the team to score when it matters, to take advantage of opportunities when given to them. And overall, they're a tight checking and hard team to play against. The Americans are way quicker, right? The Americans are way faster. I think north-south speed, as well as just that, like, fast twitch movement that these guys have in short quarters. Both of the goaltenders are nothing short of spectacular, so this one should be awesome. Let me know your predictions in the live chat. And yeah, Bimeli, I hope you saw JVD's comment. JVD doing God's work. Aries, Finland. Larry Kelly saying Finland 2. Good to see you, Gun Toten Granny. Scott Young, USA. Good to see people first Yukon as well back in the chat here. Anyone else keep getting a bug where you haven't typed, but then you say slow mode is on? Yes. So all of YouTube is facing that bug right now. All of YouTube is facing that bug right now, unfortunately, but it seems to like fade Urban after like the first 5 to 10 minutes of the stream. At least that's what happened in the last game and a little bit yesterday as well. Because I know I had some people even on my City Life channel who were like, what the heck? Why is this going on? Finland 20-0 trust botched. Like I said, for me, this is win-win. I always like seeing the underdogs win, and I imagine Finland, despite beating the Americans, you know, what are they right now? Okay, this is... Oh, that's puck line. Okay. Where's money line? All right, so there's no money line on this one. I thought there was a money line here. What are the odds for the... Oh, here, money line. Sheesh. All right, so the... which one's home? I guess Finland's home in this one. So... All right, so Finland is actually the favorite against the Americans here in this one. All right. So I guess they're not an underdog. I got to make... For the sake of these fun streams, I have to make a prediction. So we'll say 4-3 OT victory. Sound familiar? But this time for the Americans, baby. Back-to-back gold. Let's go. Locking it in. Let me know your picks and score predictions in the live chat. Don't forget to vote in the poll question, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep tabs on the poll question. We'll continue to take your comments throughout this entire stream. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitter, what are you doing with your life? Come over to YouTube. Join our live chat here. Totally interactive. And we were buzzing at the end of the last game, at the end of the last stream. We were all bitching about shootout, and then like, oh my God, the drama that was a shootout there. So I think the dust has settled, and we're all like, okay, we don't want to see a shootout in this one. Which actually, I don't think there will be a shootout in this one. But anyways, I can't keep track of the friggin' IIHF rules, guys. Hell yeah, Joe's gonna join us for this one too. Woo. Here, I can move this a little bit over here. Nice. But yeah, guys, we'll do a play-by-play reaction throughout this entire game, but we want to hear from you guys as well. So get your comments in. Yeah, just move whatever you need. All right. And again, I said I was a little bummed because Bob McKenzie's going to go back into his Bobby Margarita cave until the draft coming up here, guys. But goalies are set. Refs are about to be introduced. And yeah, the final panel here, James Duffy, Bob McKenzie. I don't know the woman's name. Forgive me. Hey, what's up, Air Suomi? I think USA will have 6 and Finland will have 1. I really don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. The Finnish goaltender, man, is so good. And Finland plays a pretty tight checking game. I doubt they're going to allow 6 goals. But if they do, I mean, well-deserved freaking win for the Americans. My goodness. Just OT, I heard. Right. YouTube will probably start it by next week. Rasmus Kupalainen has looked good. Now he hasn't been breaking any like records or like lighting up the score sheet too much, but like he's been absolutely solid, and he was a big part of the win in the last game. This bug is so annoying, has yet to fade away from me even after an hour, 2 or 3. USA. Yeah, it's been... It just... Usually when there's, like, bugs in the chat for YouTube, it just means that, like, YouTube's updating something. They're updating something, so we'll see what the new update is. Let's go USA! All the way from the Yukon. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, smash that like button, guys. Anakin MMA, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Do you watch hockey at all, brother? And if so, who are you rooting for in this one? Finland or USA? You know what? I'll bring up the scores for everybody right now. Or the stats of everybody right now from this tournament. Okay. So, yeah, the Czech player, Jacob Stansel, leading the tournament right now, 10 points, 7 goals in 7 games. His tournament's done. And then we have 2 Swedes, a Slovak player, then USA. Gabe Perreault, 9 points, 3 goals in 6 games. Cole Hudson's played all 6 games, 9 points, 2 goals, 7 assists. Ryan Leonard, who's been a big part of this team as well, captain, 8 points, 5 goals. James Haggins, 4 goals, 8 points. I mean, man, this U.S. team has been scoring on all cylinders. Cole Eiserman, who's been a fucking little rat in this tournament, just yapping at everyone, dude, after the whistle. He's been doing pretty good as well. 7 points, 4 goals 7 points, 3 goals in his tournament. Danny Nelson's been good. Brody Zeemer, Minnesota Golden Gopher, in his first World Junior tournament. He has 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists, which is awesome to see. And though Oliver Moore on his line hasn't lit up the score sheet that much, I mean, 5 points, 6 games, 1 goal. Him and Zeemer have been so good on that line together. So, yeah, the Americans are deep as far as scoring, deep as far as the speed, and Trey Augustine's been awesome. But we saw they played the Finns. The Finns were able to hang with them scoring-wise. The Finns are able to be a little bit more physical. But look, man, as long as the States stay disciplined, they should skate circles around the Finn come, second and third period, because we saw the Finns gas against the Swedes, and they ended up winning in overtime with 32 seconds left on the clock, right? After only getting 2 shots on net in overtime, and taking a penalty before Sweden took their penalty, and obviously Finland went up and won it with just over 30 seconds left. But the Finns had 20 shots on net in the second period in that Sweden game. 20 shots on net. You know how many they had in the third period? 3, bro. 3. So we've seen them gas against teams that can skate like the Swiss. Shout out from Bloomington, Minnesota. Go USA. You know what, Michael? Our sponsor for this video is actually 9 Mile Brewing out of Bloomington, Minnesota. So you'll hear from them in a little bit here as well. Yeah, shout out to Bloomington. Like the streams. I watch hockey sometimes. I mainly like the brawls. Me too. Unfortunately, no fighting in this one, but it is the gold medal game. And last year, when the Americans beat the Swedes in Sweden, I forget who scored the goal. It might have been Ryan Leonard, but he blew a kiss to the Swedish audience, and the Swedes tried to jump him Todd Bertuzzi style, and there was a brawl. I think the first fight that I saw in World Juniors in a long time. Thank you for subscribing, guys. And yeah, like the video. Let's try to get to, we got 50 people watching right now. Let's try to get to 35 likes on the video. That's the new goal. 35 likes. I think we can do it. Big blizzard here, just baking a cake and watching the game. Let's go, Gun-Toting Granny, with the most based username on YouTube. I love it. 2:45 a.m. for Eris right now, watching out of Finland. It was Leonard. Okay. EIHL content starting soon. Let's go. So JVD, this is my buddy actually who played high school hockey. With Guildford's top defenseman. Let's go. This is my friend in the UK who's going to start following the Guildford Flames. JVD.
Shout out Chuck Curdy.
All right, guys. Puck is about to drop. We got an hour till, not quite an hour, but we got a little bit till the Vikings game starts, and Joe's going to hang out with us here till then. Oh, shit. This is the boy. All right, guys. Puck drop. Final game of the tournament. Let's freaking go. We'll bring the stats on screen so you guys can follow along as well. And the Americans have the first push here behind the net. Left side. Top of the circle from Morden. Nice centering pass and a shot again from the circle. There's a few quick shots. And there's Brody Zeemer again. This is that line I was talking to you about. The Gophers line. Oliver Moore, Brody Zeemer. They play well together for the Gophers, and that's translated here for Team USA. Finland now in the States zone battling in the corner, but the States gets that back. Just keep your eye on the speed, and you'll see that there's a clear difference between the States and Finland. But again, I thought it was going to be such a big skill difference because on paper it is, but the Finns have proved me wrong. Keep the comments coming, guys. I'll check in on the chat as we go as well. 1 minute in. And the Finns keep the puck in the States zone. Puck trickles around into the corner, battling on the right wall. Finns have it. Looking for that pass to the circle. Bouncing puck, tip, unable to get it. Finns still battling in forward in the corner and back to the blue line. That's going to go out. And there's Gabe Perreault. And the Finns back in their own zone, looking to break out again. The U.S. have a really good forecheck too. They usually before they complete their change, they always have one guy hanging, looking for that turnover. And yeah, that pass is going to be offside. 18:21 on the clock for me. 18:21 on the clock for me. Woof. Kiskinen actually looked pretty good in the last game for the Finns as well. Again, guys, goaltenders for this one. Trey Augustine, of course. He's 21-4 in international play right now for Team USA, which is amazing. The Detroit fourth rounder, I'm pretty sure. And Petteri Rimpinen, who's been unbelievable for Finland throughout this tournament. Of course, he's in net for this one. And looking for a sharp angle backhand there, but no dice for the Finns. And the U.S. now break out the right side through the neutral zone. Nice job keeping the puck in.
Back.
Oh, and a nice shot. Rippinen with the pad save. Puck still in the Finland zone, and here come the Finns on the left side. Nice tight checking up the boards, forcing the puck into the corner, and a centering pass by the Finns trying to poke it, but that goes left. And the Americans throw that puck down the neutral zone, length of the ice, but there it is. There's that forecheck, man. There's that forecheck. And now 2-on-1 to try to regain possession in the Finn zone. Nice hit by the Americans. And the Americans back to the neutral zone and send it down and deep. I mean, look at the speed, man. Look at the speed. Like 3 or 4 strides, and the Americans already able to try to get that puck back. But here come the Finns in the U.S. zone and blowing a tire. They're blowing a tire with Spavoda, whose name sounds more Finnish than American, let's be honest. Up the right side for the Americans. And they send that in offside. Yo, Patty the Fatty. Yo, can I get an egg challenge during a period break? Get your homie in on it too. Okay, so Patty the Fatty said he'd donate. How much you said you'd donate? If we can break an egg just by crushing it. Physics. I tried on stream once and I look like a fool.
Yeah, and he's not a fool. He's not offering money up for free.
He said he'd up it every time I attempt it but fail. But if I finally get it, then the pot will grow.
I like it.
Same reward applies. A hundo.
All right.
Some intermission entertainment. Buium Kivi Haru brings me so much joy. Yeah, a lot of wild prospects in this game, guys. A lot of wild prospects in this game. No shootout in this one, so we're not going to have the drama. Yeah, Guntone Granny was telling us that. 16:32 on the clock. Shots 1 apiece. And the Finns keep this puck in, send it around the net. Nobody there to retrieve it but the Americans, and they send that back into the neutral zone. And here comes Oliver Moore. Shot blocked by Finland. But Zeemer in front of the net, and there's Oliver Moore, number 11. Chicago draft pick, and also Gopher stud as well. A sharp angle shot. And yeah, hit the stick and up and out of play. Yeah, good line, man. I like how the Americans are playing them like quite a bit already to start this period. 4 wild prospects. That's awesome. It tops out at 500. This would be number 3 or 4. All right. Yeah, because I've done it twice. I've attempted it twice. Maybe I just got to get like farm fresh eggs, not those like genetically modified ones, because those might have a harder shell. I'll say 350 this time. All right. We'll try. Finland up the right side. 15:52 seconds. Blue line. Shot. Good save by Augustine. Good job tracking that one too, because he had 2 guys in front of him. Americans come up the right side. Shoot, but that one went wide. 15:40. Oh, nice move by Gabe Perreault. Unable to get that puck on net, though. Good defense by the Finns. Hey, what's up, Kenny? Good to see you, buddy. USA. And Trey Augustine holds that one. 15:26. We're going to get a face-off in the American zone. This is a quick 5 minutes, and that last game had really good flow to it in the first period, and then it got pretty choppy in the second, mostly just because it was just like back and forth plays and whistles. You got to train. If you made a Rocky montage training, then finally doing it, I'll do 500 for sure. Okay, well, now I know what my next YouTube video is going to be. Fuck the regional highlights. We're gonna be training for crushing eggs. Hell yeah, guys. Next year, by the way, World Juniors in St. Paul and Minneapolis. Mariucci and the X will be the host sites for these games. Which I'm interested. What do you guys think? Do you think the U.S. will be at Mariucci, or do you think they'll be at the X? Like, what group do you think they'll be at? Because you got to think it's all about making money, right? And Canadians travel for this tournament. Well, maybe they won't anymore with 2 quarterfinal exits. And a nice attempt there by the Finns. Sharp angle shot. And yeah, that bounced up and high right back to the Finn. And trying to jam this in. And great job by Augustine, but he was unable to cover it. Finns have it again. Shot from the blue. Oh, that wasn't a shot. I thought that was going to be a shot, but that was a beautiful cross-ice pass. But whiffed on that one and playing a little footy here with the Americans and unable to get that shot on the left side. Bouncing puck. I mean, despite the ice being Zamboni and having about 45 minutes of a break between this and the last game, it seems like the ice is just not that great so far. Anyways, we got guys falling to the ground, bouncing pucks here. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think that they'll do Canada's group at the X because they assume that, Canadians will travel and there'll be more ticket sales there that they can upcharge? Or do you think they'll put the U.S. there because, it's the home team? Are you sure your friend isn't Charles Curdy? He's his mentor. He taught him everything he knew. I'm going to watch a Vikings Lions tonight. I want chaos. And the Americans are going to take their first penalty here. Plant taking the hooking call. And okay, it's still early. It's just 1 penalty. But again, guys, the U.S., unlike Canada, has been able to recover upon being undisciplined in games. But Finland's not going to give them much room here. And when they played a week ago, I believe a week Sunday, like to the day, they Finland made them pay. And honestly, though, the Americans made Finland pay too, and they made some stupid penalties. So we'll just see. I really think this game comes down to who's going to be more disciplined, because the goalies they're gonna stop everything. I imagine they're going to be dialed for this one. And Kiviharu, number 33, captain for this team, Minnesota Wild prospect. For those Wild fans watching, 1 minute and 44 seconds as the Finns gain the zone. The Finns are the bigger team, though. I mean, you can just see it here. And top of the circle shot. That doesn't get through. Fighting for it on the left side. Back to the blue line for the Finns. Weighing his options. Top of the circle right side. Looking for some passing lane back to the defender. Kiviharu. Back to Kiviharu. Looking to try to set up a one-timer. Circle. Right side. Oh, beautiful stick by the American. Brody Zeemer, man. Brody Zeemer. Puck went cross ice. Brody Zeemer got a stick and was able to break that off. 55 seconds on the power play. Shout out to everybody watching again. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe. Oh, nice passing by the Finns to get in. Slot shot. Augustine with the left glove save. Oh, it was a goal.
It looked like a save. Yeah,
it looked like a save. Holy crap. Okay, I got to see the replay on that one. That happened so fast. Man, it looked like he had it.
He makes it look like he saved it, but I saw that goal go on. I was like, ooh.
Oh, man. All right, let's look at this again. My bad, guys. My bad. We're watching the replay here again. Here, hold on. Let's look.
Yes, and...
Oh, dude, the shot was so fast, bro. And Finland opens up the scoring on the power play.
Over the pad, under the glove. That's a good shot.
Wow. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Finland opens up the scoring. Discipline, boys. All right. Finland fans in the chat. Let's get some Suomis. Let's get some Finnish flags in the chat here. JVD, come on, Finland. Chris Gray, the conversation for another time, my man. 12:33 on the clock. 190, 81 on NFL picks, and opportunity by the Americans there. Finland up on the left side. Finland. 12-18. I would say right now, Chris, my favorite, because I've actually been getting into Prince lately. The solo he played for my guitar, Gently Weeps, is one of my favorite solos right now, but hardly best of all time. And a shot coming up the left side by the Finns, and a good save by Augustine. But right now, I'm obsessed with that solo, and I've been watching that video like every day. But best solo of all time. Honestly, it's probably from one of John Mayer's live concerts. I'd have to think on that one. Finnish goalie pads go way too hard, dude. I actually pointed this out because it's like all white. It's all white, so you can barely see the pads there. And I got to imagine that like kind of fucks with the players a little bit. So I think there was one goalie in the NHL who did that too, and there was like an interview, and they were saying like it's so annoying when when the whole pad is white, and the jersey's white as well. Bake sale, EVH live without a net. I have no idea what that means. What's up, Bake Sale? Good to see you. You make any sales today? All right, first TV timeout here. First TV timeout, and what a goal to open up the scoring in this game by Jesse Kiskinen, which I said actually prior to scoring. He had a really good game in his last appearance. Nashville Predators draft pick. He went 68th overall in the third round in 2023. He's playing the SM Liga right now. And guys, fucking good numbers for a league that's really hard to score. And he has 22 points in 26 games this year. Was he 19 years old? Yeah, this will be probably his first and last tournament. I imagine he's going to come over next year to the AHL, assuming he's not signed by his team out there in Liga. Ooh. Oh, nice deke there by the Finns, but falls to his knees and unable to get a shot off. Finns still have it on the right side. Oh, nice centering pass, but good defense by the States. And the Americans have done a great job having guys fighting in the crease and making sure to get those bodies out of there. But missing a stick here is Zeev Buium by the looks of it. Americans give him a stick. And fighting in the corner here. Two Americans, two Finns fighting in the corner. And puck comes back. Finns have it. Drop it back up the wall, but Americans are waiting for them. And the Finns, nice job by the American. Pressure still here by the Finns. Kiviharu, blue line, right side, cross ice pass with the guy with no stick. That was a good read by the Finns and unable to get the backhand. That was a solid read by the Finns, forcing that puck to the other side when there was nobody with a stick. Nice shot and save by Augustine. The Finns still have it. They can't get it out. That pass. That was a quicker shot. Oh, and that pass not clean. So unable to get it on, but a good save by Augustine nonetheless. Still pressure. And the Finns still have it here. That shot goes wide. 10-22, by the way, in the first. Man, this period going by quick, but good flow to the game. Good pressure by the Finns here early. 5 shots for the Finns, 1 for the Americans. But finally, the Americans get loose, and they shoot on Rimpinen. And they're going to get a face-off in the Finns zone. Much needed right now to break up some of that pressure. Good choice. Mine is Leonard Skiller's Free Bird. Good answer, given that that's the U.S. goal song. Dude, it's on point given the game that we're watching right now. Only colors the outline of Finland. How cool is that? Fighting in the corner better than Ian Gary. That's good. That's good.
Oh, my God.
10 minutes on the clock. Americans try to set up here. Oh, that puck almost slid to the side of Rimpinen, and The Finns send this puck down to the American zone, but we're going to have icing. All right, halfway through this first period. A lot of pressure from the Finns so far. Haven't really given the Americans any time to set up in the offensive zone, but when they do, they're dangerous. And wait till they get their first penalty, assuming the Finns, take one. Which, I mean, this is World Juniors. And a wraparound attempt here, and a little late stick, says Gord Miller, but the ref didn't call it, so they're going to poke at it. The ref didn't blow the whistle. They're going to poke at it, and we got another TV timeout. They're going to milk the TV timeouts in this game, by the way, guys. TSN always does it in the gold medal games. So just a heads up. As many as they can fit in here, they're going to do it. They usually try to keep, I think it's like four until the last 5 minutes, and then, usually gets a little choppy towards the end, and they'll try to squeeze in a few more. But yeah, be prepared here. And by the way, shout out to over 700 people watching on Twitter right now. Yo, guys, come over to YouTube and join our live chat here. Vote in the poll question. Oh, damn, I didn't know that's the U.S. goal song, dude. It's so awesome. It's really good. Yeah, such a banger. Such a banger. Play Freebird. All right, guys, 35 likes. That's what we're trying to get on the video. Appreciate you guys watching. Final game. I think we covered almost every single game in this tournament on the channel. I don't know when the next wild game I'm going to stream on the channel, but I'll probably take a week to recoup and then post the schedule. But we will be streaming some wild games. We will be streaming the Four Nations, probably some college hockey playoffs, and then the NHL playoffs. We're going to go ham. So if you dig the streams on this channel, there's going to be more this year. Just probably not this week. Probably not this week. You ever marinate chicken and squeeze lemon and cilantro? Honestly, that's one of my go-tos for marinating chicken. And actually, I have some tuna steaks that I'm going to marinate them in exactly that as well. 9:38. But my favorite marinade: saffron, yogurt, lemon juice, lime juice, onion. He can attest to it. It's very good. Go USA! Missing good Wild games last 2 games anyways, man. Fuck the Wild when the World Juniors are on. I could care less, bro. I could care less about this soft-ass NHL league until the World Juniors done, and then I kind of have to start watching them again. 2-on-1 for the Americans. Are shot. Bounced off the skate of the Finnish defender, and here come the Finns up the left side with some speed here. Looks like the rest of his team is making a change. Finally catching up in a shot. Damn. Goes off a skate and up and out of play. Devin Kelly. If you don't have NHL Network, you can find it here. Oops. You can find it here. I sadly got the soap gene. Oh, no problem. And 8:52. Hoptics? Howwood what? Don't make me raise my fucking voice. Dude, I could care less about the Wild when the World Juniors are on, man. This is the greatest tournament in sports. And Canada's not even in it anymore, and I'm saying that. 8:52 on the clock. And the NHL is stupidly soft these days, and it pisses me off. I would honestly rather cover the LNAH, but Hoppy will not let me. All right, guys. Center ice here, battling for possession. The Americans get it back. Defender sends it up the left side. 8 minutes and 31 seconds on the clock, and Finns regain it, but unable to make a completed pass there. That bounces off the stick, and the Americans can't bring it in clean either. And here come the Finns on the right side. Some room on the right boards, looking for a pass. He just sends it in, and they're going to get a face-off in the American zone as Augustine made an easy save on the pads. How would the U.S. World Juniors do against the Blackhawks? Honestly, the Blackhawks would probably still win. They're they're pros, And I know some of these guys are ready to be pros, but like it's men against boys at that point, right? And I know this is U20. A lot of these guys are close, but like I still think the worst team in the NHL beats every junior team or every, world junior participant. Maybe some of them are tight, but I still think like the worst team in the NHL would still beat them. They're still kids, bro. They're still kids. I don't think they're going to be mandatory in the National Hockey League, but I think in some junior leagues they're going to start to make them mandatory. I literally just gave it to you, Devin. Come on, man. Read chat. Oh, and puck trickles into the American score! Rebound, stick, let's go.
I missed it because I just turned to look at that computer.
Oh.
So I barely missed it. Damn.
7:56, and the Americans tied up on the 6th shot. And so the Finns tried to clear it. They lose at the top of the circle. Shot in the slot, rebound, and right there. Great rebound. Fighting for it. Yeah, I mean, the first attempt didn't even go in. So the first attempt on the rebound, he couldn't glove it down. Trying to get that stick out. So yeah, goalie actually kind of makes the save on the second attempt with poking the stick out. But then, yeah, still staying on it. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a tie game. And Mike Johnson said, you can't make mistakes on that line, and I get it. But, like, that was just, unable to glove that puck in, and the goalie did kind of everything that he should have there, just trying to poke that puck away, and it was no dice.
Gotta get the puck out of the zone.
7 minutes and 35 seconds. 1-1 game. Shots tied 6-6. Damn, saffron, Isha, big. You can substitute the saffron with turmeric and just add some sugar too. No, yes. What's up, Mr. Furley? USA. So it was James Haggins who scored for the USA, assisted by Ryan Leonard and Gabe Perreault, but like that was a one-man effort. And the States coming back around the net. One of the Finns on him. No room there for the wraparound, but here we go. The Americans looking to set up and trying to find his lineman on the left side, but disrupted by the Finns, but the Americans send that back into the zone. Is this my dad? Oof. No. Sorry, Joe. 7:04. That's just my friend Joe.
I am his dad.
Oh my God! Shot by the Finn on the right side. I don't think anyone thought that was going in. There was no pressure by the Americans at all checking him.
No screen either.
No screen at all. Augustine saw that, and what a shot. What a shot. Dude, here I said this game is going to be very tight scoring. Wow. Oh my God, what a shot. What a shot. That was right at the top of the circle, too. And Ironin for the Finns scores this one.
I just don't think Augustine thought he was going to shoot it either.
Augustine wasn't set.
I think Augustine thought he was ready to kind of just wheel it around.
Yeah, Augustine wasn't set on this one. Damn, here we go. Ice, Finland! Keep the comments coming, guys. Love the interaction. We have a great crowd here. We have almost 1,000 people watching on Twitter. Probably half of them are bots, but those who aren't bots, come over to YouTube and join our live chat here. 6:48 on the clock, and the Finns again. Cross ice pass. Augustine on his back. Rebound in the slot, and the Americans get it.
Those who are bots, we love you too.
6:36. Fuck, man. Good medal games today. Holy crap. Again, greatest tournament in sports. Why would I waste my time watching Minnesota Wild when there's amazing hockey, World Junior Hockey? Sorry, Urban. 6:20 on the clock. And the Finns slide this back to the American zone, and we're going to have a change for Finland. Americans waiting to set up here. And here we go, man. The crowd here for the gold medal game in Canada. They're loud. A mixed crowd here. We got Americans, obviously Finns, And then whatever Canadians paid paid top dollar ahead of time thinking that their boys were going to be here. But we got a loud crowd. Finns with a nice shot. Puck doesn't trickle out of the zone. And the Gophers line back out on here, and they get this puck out, but it's going to be icing. 5:35 on the clock. Hit the like button, everybody. Yes, smash that like button. Holy, this tournament has been a roller coaster. Latvia was fun to watch. The USA is fun. Poor Canada still broke my heart. Yeah, you went to the US-Canada game, did you not, Isaiah? Because you're from Ottawa. That must have been a little heartbreaking, I'd imagine. But probably... All right, but probably still a fun experience. 5:30 on the clock. And the Finns have it still. Finns trying to cross into the middle. Shot, but good save by Augustine. Finns back with it on the left side. Finns buzzing right now. You can see that they're just oozing momentum. And the Finns back to the blue line. Shot. That goes wide. Finns have it right side of Augustine. Everybody falling to the ground. And here comes the Americans. Brody Zeemer, Oliver Moore trying to get it back in the Finn zone. But Kivihari with it sends it right back up to the Finns, right side. Finland bringing this puck right in front of the net, looking for the rebound, and puck goes up, and the Americans get it back. Some nice passing here as the Americans rip through the neutral zone. USA shot, unable to get the tip in front of the net. And Buium with a shot there. Save by Rimpinen. A shot from the blue line again, and Rimpinen making the save. Shots 10-7 for the Finns here. 4:28. 4:20 on the clock. Smoke him if you got him. Finland left side. Sends it back to the corner, but right to the Americans. Turnover. Pass right in front of the net. Unable to capitalize. Where the Americans, and this puck's going to go down the length of the ice, and we have icing. Yeah, what's your story? What's your story, Isaiah? Four minutes and 11 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. And again, Tuomas Uronen for the Finns. He scored the second goal. The U.S. wins the faceoff up the left side. Tightly checked by the Finns, and now they're battling in the corner. And a hit by Ryan Leonard on the Finns, and Ryan Leonard doing what Ryan Leonard does best, taking penalties. Ryan Leonard going to the box for the Americans. The Vikings game, I think, started right now, so that's where Joe went. He's like, I'm going to be back at halftime. I'm pretty stoked. It's a big game against the Lions. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest football fan. I'm a hockey fan. I love box lacrosse. I like calcio storico, and I like combat sports. I would say Muay Thai is probably my favorite sport to watch. I know you're not allowed to fight in IIHF, but it's still really, really good hockey. For me, like, my favorite sports are sports you're allowed to fight in. You're not allowed to fight in football. Alas, it's not one of my favorite sports. But since I moved to Minnesota a couple years ago, I've kind of become a Vikings fan by proxy. So, like, I want them to win out of the NFL teams, but and I watch every Sunday when my friends are watching. But, like, I could care less if they win or lose at the end of the day. I'm cheering, like, as a sports fan watching, but, like, it doesn't hurt when they lose at all. At the Canada versus US game, at the end of the game, left early to beat the traffic, and I went to the washroom. The guy walked in and kicked the stall, and the lock popped off, and it was steaming. Oh, damn.
Emotional. Damn.
Hey, what's up, Sean? Good to see you. Got a good Flyers Leafs game tonight, too. Go Flyers. I am a Canadian, and I will say this. I hate the Leafs more than I love my mother. I would chop off my hand if it meant the Leafs never would win a Stanley Cup, even just in my lifetime. So I never have to see Toronto fans be happy. I hate the Leafs. So go Flyers, baby. Go Flyers. Good to see you, Mr. Fleury. Favorite current MMA fighter? Ooh. I'm probably still Charles Oliveira, but my favorite fighter right now is Superlek. He's the pound for pound best striker in the world right now. Muay Thai and kickboxing champion in one championship. But as far as MMA fighters go, like I really don't like follow a certain fighter. I just want to see good fights. My favorite league is Ryzen, though. My favorite league is Ryzen, and it's not even close. Like the UFC is fake MMA, dude, and it's disgusting. It's a disgrace to the sport. F the Leafs. Sad Hank and Skate have been rest in peace. I like the new name, though. I like the new name. I love the Leafs because of Dubas no longer. Stamp Fairtex is good. Stamp Fairtex is good. She's a 2-time champion as well. But no, Superlek, the kicking machine. 3 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. And the Finns can't take this puck to the net. Good defense by the Americans. They drop to the left side. 3 minutes. Finn shot. Nice save. Actually, no, that went wide. But Augustine, he was dialed. Finns tried to send it across the line, but they're forced due to this forecheck by the Americans to reset back in their zone. I do like Stamp Fairtex for her fighting style and for other reasons. And here come the Finns, cross through the crease and unable to get this shot off. 2 minutes and 32 seconds. But yeah, Hoptics, if you're into mixed martial arts, my second channel, the City Life Project, I stream 30 hours of combat sports every week, so go check it out. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And we're almost at 15,000 subscribers on that channel, too. I lied. We just hit 14,000, but hopefully get to 15,000 soon. And we're going to have a whistle in the American zone. I kept saying the Americans are quicker going into this one, and I truly believe that's the case. And it looked like it early in this period as well. But man, they're buzzing right now. I think a little bit of momentum too, but great save by Augustine there. Or sorry, face off in the Finn zone, right side or left side of the Finn goaltender, and this goes back to the neutral zone. And here come the Americans, left side pass. Tried to drop past the center, but the Finns with the defense. And here come the Finns. Quick transition here. And they give it up to the Americans. And here come the Americans again. Back and forth, back and forth. Went to watch some Vikings football. He'll be back in a little bit here. 1 minute and 44 seconds. He's got my iPad upstairs to watch this as well. He's just as much of a football fan as hockey, so doesn't want to miss this game. Sorry, American football. Hey, shout out to Shoresy, season 3 coming out. By the way, the actor, the man, the myth, the legend, former Montreal top draft pick Terry Ryan, who plays Ted Hitchcock on the show. I produce his podcast, by the way, Tales with TR. Really awesome show. Go check it out wherever you get your podcasts from. Americans win the faceoff. Buium. The Wish Quinn Hughes with a nice shot into on the Finnish goaltender, but unable to get the possession back of the Americans. So Finland takes this all the way into the American zone. Finland, right side of the blue line. Shot! That doesn't get through traffic. That goes well right and wide. Here comes Brody Zeemer. Oliver Moore. They keep this puck into the offensive zone. And Oliver Moore trying to get this puck back and fighting on the boards here. Moore tried to find Zeemer at center. But the U.S. were changing. There was no one there. Finland on the left side. Finland centers up the left through the neutral zone. Shot wide of the goal. 41 seconds remain in this first period. Nice hit by Finland, but they lose possession. Or they lose the zone, I should say. They still have possession. Defenders passing back and forth. Final 25 seconds. One last rush for the Finns here. 22 seconds. Finns are actually changing, and they lose. I don't know if that was... Maybe they're tired legs out there. But they're changing there. Unable to set anything up in the offensive zone. 10 seconds left. Puck is forced back into the Finn zone. The Americans they're not stopping the pressure here at all. They're trying to get one more shot on, but the Finns get it out into the neutral zone, and that will do it for the first period. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
What a first period, ladies and gentlemen. What a first period. Find the U.S. flag. Found it. Wow. That was crazy. That was crazy. Let's check in on the poll question, guys. Let's check in on the poll question. Who wins gold? Who wins gold in this one? And by the way, 15 likes on the video. We're trying to get to 35. That is right. We've upped the goal. We had 20 on the last one. Let's try to get to 35 in this one. If all of you watching smash that like button, we will surely hit our like goal. Poll question, who wins the gold? USA 57%, Finland 43%. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know who you voted for in the live chat. Find the US flag. Oh, that's good. That is good. That is good. All right, guys, let's just take a look at the box score for this one, because a lot went down. A lot went down in this one. Let me bring it up on screen. All right. Whoops. All right, let's talk about this period, man, because a lot went down. A lot went down. All right, so to open up the scoring on the power play, after Max Plant took that hooking call for the Americans, Jesse Kiskinen scores for the Finns, assisted by Emil Hemming and Topias Heinonen. Second goal, James Hagens just did not give up on that play, did not give up on that rebound, and continued to try to push that home. Great job for James Hagens, one of the leaders in the tournament right now in scoring. And then the Finns come right back in it with a beautiful goal by Tuomas Uronen. And like I said, Augustine wasn't set, didn't look like he even thought that he was even going to shoot there, given that it was just him coming up the right side, had two Americans on him. But alas, a nice shot off there. He played 4 games in the SM Liga 2 years ago. Came over and played OHL last year, only 11 games where he got 6 points. Playing for the Kingston Frontenacs this year of the OHL, 31 games, 16 goals, 39 points. He's a 6th round draft pick for the Vegas Golden Knights, and he's doing damn good so far in his first full OHL season. That was his second goal, 3rd point of the tournament. These ads, man. I know. Why is USA so boring and bad? They are neither of those things. I would say that they're one of the furthest teams from being boring in this tournament, given how fast of a game they play. And they take a bunch of penalties. So, I mean, if you define taking penalties as boring, then sure. But for me, it's exciting, whether you're rooting for the team or not. And they're in the gold medal game, Dan, so they aren't bad. Canada's bad. And I'm the Canadian talking here. Canada's bad. They lost to Latvia. Canada only beat Germany by 3. How many goals did the Americans beat Germany by again? I think it was like 7, 10-4. So come on, Dan, come on. All right. So that's what went down in the first period, guys. That's what went down in the first period. If you're new to the channel, like I said, smash that like button and subscribe. We not only just cover live hockey games on this channel, we do so much more than that. This is the Sota Pod Network's channel. We post full podcast episodes of all 5 shows that we drop every single week, wherever you get your podcasts from, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, regardless. We drop the video version, as well as live streams, as well as clips, original content, and more. So subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of hockey, if you're a fan of the NHL, if you're a fan of junior hockey, if you're a fan of the Minnesota Wild, as we are based in Minnesota here. And I will be streaming the 4 Nations. I will be covering Wild games throughout this year, and also a handful of college games and just Stanley Cup. Whether the Wild are in the Stanley Cup playoffs or not, we'll be covering a ton of Stanley Cup playoff games too. So the streaming is not going to stop on this channel, but I did go hardcore the last 2 weeks covering this tournament, as it is the greatest tournament in sports, ladies and gentlemen. Sit love. Latvia ain't bad, but they ain't great. What do I think of Trey Augustine? I think Trey Augustine's great, and I cannot wait to see him take that jump to pro. He's 21-4 in international play thus far, with, I believe, what was it? It was like a low, I think it was like a 2 point, like 2.1 something goals against average and or maybe it was like 2.6 actually. I think it was like a 2.6 goals against average and a 92 save percentage, around those numbers for international play. 21-4, can't go wrong. I think it was a great pick by the Detroit Red Wings, and he's been awesome for Michigan State. I'd love to start a team-based MMA promotion. Finland clearly won that first period. Yeah, Finland. I mean, they're clearly 2-1 here. 13 shots for Finland. They capitalized on their power play. They won in the face-off. So yeah, I would agree. I think like it's still a very close game, and it's anyone's game. But Finland on their transitions has been doing a very good job, and both goaltenders have been pretty good. Now, Trey Augustine probably should have, well, not probably, he should have saved that last one. He wasn't set, and I don't think he anticipated Uronen to shoot there. Not that I'm making excuses for the guy or anything. It just, we like, he was just as shocked as we were. With world tournaments, dude, that would be amazing. Did you expect Finland making it this far? In this tournament, Robin? No, because on paper, though, like, Finland always has a good team, on paper, I didn't think they had the scoring depth that they had in years past. And then playing the type of game they played against Canada, very quiet in the first two periods, then kind of letting everything go in the third. I was kind of like, okay, I can see Finland meddling, but I didn't think that they would beat Sweden. I didn't think they'd beat Sweden. And in fairness, Sweden made the proper adjustments in the third period to almost beat them, right? Like 20 shots on net in the second for Finland, which was amazing. Then Sweden absolutely dominated the third period after that, did everything but just win the game, and you go into OT and anything can happen. But the way that the Finns played the Americans in their first meeting of this tournament, it kind of like, as the tournament went on, I started to believe more and more in the Finns, as I think they're incredibly well coached. I think their hockey IQ is very, very good, because you can see the team making adjustments. You can see them play out in games, which again for U20 is insane. That shit that we see in the National Hockey League and other top pro leagues, right? So that's been really cool. I thought that the Czechs were honestly a little bit more of a sneaky good team than them. And, Czechs, they won bronze. Finland's about to either win gold or get silver. So Finns are the better team throughout this tournament. I didn't think that they were going to be this good. But they've been fun to watch, man. They've been fun to watch. Do I like reading? Yeah. I'm not the fastest reader. So if it takes me a while to finish, a lot, but I read mostly nonfiction. I'm very much a nerd. Like I read some 58 to 60 page research study. I shared it in the chat. Some health research study on MMA fighters recently. Actually, I have it right here. Let me just pull it up. It was a really good study, actually. So yeah, I'm very much a nerd when it comes to reading. I'd rather read nonfiction like research papers than fantasy. Advantage. So the papers from the Scientific Reports article number 275, written actually January 1st it was published, or January 2nd it was published. Advantages of different dietary supplements for elite combat sports athletes, a systematic review and network meta-analysis. As I push my glasses up. Nerd! So yeah, I like reading that shit. Buium in this game is doing great. Holding the line, making some good plays. Actually being pretty physical. No, he looks good. I can't read fiction books. I just know they're fake. I'd rather read a really cool book with real information. I mean, I do like a good story. I'll say Ender's Game is the best book I've ever read, and I've read it 3 or 4 times now. Ender's Shadow, pretty good too. But yeah, I'm definitely more of a nonfiction than fiction type of guy. But I mean, I'll give some fiction stuff a chance. But I think the show Game of Thrones is absolute trash. So I tried reading the books because everyone's like, no, the story's really good. Just give the books a chance. I got through the first book, halfway through the second, and I was like, man, fuck this. Like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I need to listen to Ender's Game. Oh my God.
Oh my
The
God.
movie sucks. Don't watch the movie. Well, I mean, it's not great. The book, Ender's Game and Ender's Shadow. I just had a pizza and now I'm dead tired. I actually might make some pizza, some like home pizzas after this. Got some dough already made. I love your North Star. So yes, thank you. It's actually from Back Channel Brewing. So they they use their logo here. This is Back Channel Brewing. And yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. Thank you. I'm an honorary Minnesotan now. Been here for over 2 years. I've cold plunged in Minnetonka and in Lake Superior. So I feel like I'm just, and I've been jamming to Prince every day. I feel like 2 years here, half American. I feel like I'm an honorary Minnesotan now. Listening to Game of Thrones is great in my opinion. I just think the story ain't great. And I'm on an island. I get it. I'm on an island. I totally understand it. It's, I don't get it. I don't get it. Honestly, and if once Boromir died in the first season, I was like, all right, I'm good. I forget his name, but you know who I mean. Lord of the Rings reference for freaking Game of Thrones. Oh man. Guys, we're gonna take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. I'm literally just gonna drain the main vein, and we will be right back for more USA Finland coverage. Ned Stark, that's the one. That's the one. But yeah, I know. Like, I'm on an island. I didn't think the story is that good. Were there some good acting in the first season? Sure, but like, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. But I don't watch much TV these days, anyways. But like, so that's why I tried to give the books a chance, and I was like, and it's like same with what's the other big show? AMC did Walking Dead, trash show. Book amazing though. The books are amazing. I would say that the Walking Dead books are some of the great, like some of the best, like one of the best stories that I've ever read. The show is absolute trash, though. Absolute trash. I think up until the last episode of the first season, it was like exactly how the books were, and then it just veered off into something crazy. When Wild chose their name, I wanted MN Nice. Get the N for North Stars, including MN Nice stereotype, and it's cool. The Minnesota Nice, it's a real thing. You guys are beauties. It took me an hour to find you, bro. I listened to your Czechs bronze medal game. It was great. And I'm also from Surrey, brother. Yo, Mo, I'm from freaking Nanaimo, dude. Vancouver Island, let's go. Born in Campbell River. Shout out Rod Brindamore. Shout out Cam Neely. Mo, that's awesome, dude. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And guys, check out my second channel as well, the City Life Project. I'll be live all weekend, next weekend there, covering 30 plus hours of combat sports. The mom start comes back from the dead in the books. It's so different. Oh, okay. The Walking Dead game, season 1 and 2 are great. Oh, I didn't even know they made a game. Dude, the story is unreal. No. The story, like the book story is unreal. Same with Death Note, right? Like the books are amazing. The story that was written was awesome. The live action, I wipe my ass with that shit. Netflix should be ashamed of themselves. Thank you, Hockey Life 4812. And if you guys are Team USA fans, if you're Finn fans, I mean, we cover everything on this channel. So peruse the live stuff, peruse the videos. Definitely Minnesota hockey based, given that's where we are. But we cover college hockey. We cover NHL prospects. We cover everything on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways. Like I said, I got to take a quick break. We are going to have a word quickly from our sponsors here, guys. From Bloomington, Minnesota. We actually have a friend in the chat here from Bloomington, Minnesota. This brewery is out of Bloomington, Minnesota. Great tap room, amazing vibe, awesome staff, and the beer, chef's kiss as well. Check out 9 Mile Brewing if the next time you're in Minneapolis, in the Bloomington area. Amazing spot. Even if you're just hanging out with friends, even if you're just there to study, get some work done, the tap room is huge. It's welcoming. The vibes there are immaculate. So I'm going to leave you guys with a quick word from our friends at 9 Mile Brewing, and then we'll be right back after. Literally, the break will be like 2 minutes. 2 minutes max. On the other side, back for more World Junior coverage here. Finland lead the Americans 2-1. But we still have 2 whole periods of hockey left, ladies and gentlemen, as these teams fight tooth and nail. Skate and puck, stick and ice for the gold medal. Back on the other side, do not go anywhere.
People like, you're making a hef now? It's like last year, I'm like, yeah, that one's called the 11th hour. It's kind of just a cheeky play on that. We kind of release it later than most people towards the end of the summer. I wanted to kind of be in there in that cusp between summer and fall. And now with summers lasting longer and longer these days, I mean, we're in September and it's 80s, it's still a viable option.
Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course. Cheers to 9 Mile Brewing, and we are back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for more World Junior coverage. The last game, and the last time we'll see Bob McKenzie on the panel until, well, the draft, the NHL draft, likely. Big shout out to everybody watching us. If you're new to the channel, smash that like button and subscribe, or ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload, so you never miss a live stream. Death Note is incredible. The anime is one of my favorites. It's awesome. It's one of the best stories ever written. Like, I have friends who like don't watch cartoons, right? And they even say that it's one of the best stories. Yep. Team Germany fan here, but we sucked. I disagree. I don't think Germany sucked at all. If anything, Germany blew my expectations out of the fucking water. They were able to hang with Canada. They actually don't look at the score of the American game, right? Don't look at the score, because the Germans actually played a very good game. They really did. They were still pushing in the third period and actually scored the last goal of the game, if I'm not mistaken, and made it 4. So, yeah, like the Americans, they won by a large margin, but the Germans actually looked pretty damn good for the limited firepower that they had. I was very impressed with the Germans, man. I was very impressed with the Germans, and yeah, they barely got out of relegation, but they stayed, man. Germany is one of the bottom tier teams of this tournament, and they were able to stay. So you got to give them credit for that, and you got to give them credit for hanging with some of these other teams in the tournament as well. I was actually very impressed with what I saw from Germany. They're not a hockey nation, and their junior program is starting to get better and better, much like Austria, much like Switzerland. So and Latvia, funny enough. So I was actually very impressed. I feel we got it. Well, you did. Of course you did, because you guys are absolutely. Latvia, Kazakhstan, Austria, Germany, Belarus, if they were here, those are all teams in the lowest tier. But the fact that you hung with some of the big teams there and made those games competitive and not just one-way traffic blowouts, Kazakhstan versus Czechia. Awesome stuff. Second period, by the way, 1 minute in, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute in. Let's see if the Americans can set the tone early and tie this up to make it a tie game at the start of this period. Past episode 25, it does fall off. I hate near. See, I'm the opposite. I don't think it falls off at all. I feel like everyone says that, oh, it got bad after this. I don't think so. I think they rushed the writing a little bit in that one, but I think it was incredible till the end. And the finale is amazing. Nice save by Rimpinen. Definitely not as the first arc is better. I will 100% say that, but everyone bitches, oh, it fell off. I disagree, dude. It's an incredible story through and through. They just rushed the end and it got real dark real fast. 18-13 on the clock. And Nier's my favorite character, so. Because he's way more of a savage than L. 18-01. Shot from the slot there for the Americans. Saved by Rimpinen. I did wish they'd expand his character a little bit more. Like, I wish it wasn't rushed. I feel like more people would like him. 17-44. Mikimi's a good character, too. 17-38. Delete. No, he was an awesome character. That's crazy. How can you say that it's one of the best stories as you distract me from this? But I took the bait. How can you say it's one of the greatest stories of all time and then say that the character who runs the show in the second half is the worst character? That makes zero sense. Well, it was the second season. Like I said, I wish they would have expanded on it a little bit, but yeah, I wholeheartedly disagree. Wholeheartedly disagree. That's the plebeian stance, JVD. That's the following the herd stance. I encourage you to read the comics. 17-18 on the clock. I feel like everyone just follows each other like sheep, saying that the second half was bad. And then they rewatch it and go, oh, with a little bit of an open mind and go, oh, fuck. Yeah, this story's awesome. 17-02. Trying to center it there with the Finns. And a nice job by the Americans getting in that shooting lane. 16:54 on the clock here. Shots 13-9 for the Finns. Up in shots and up only one goal, though. And we got a lot of hockey still to be played, ladies and gentlemen. Good flow to this game. Not a whistle in sight here. 16:39 on the clock. And here comes the Americans' right side. Pass out front. And the pass was just behind Brody Zeemer. And the Finns still have it back behind the net. 16:26. JVD Media. I just started reading Alice in Borderland, by the way. Very good. Very good. 16:16 on the clock. It's definitely worse. I would say saying it's shit is crazy. Personally. Because I feel like everyone that's just, like I said, it's the plebeian cop-out for it not being as good as the first part. 15:55 seconds on the clock. And the Finns keep this in the zone. Around the boards it goes. A right side. They keep it in the corner. And a shot from the blue line and doesn't get on net for Finland. Very good. The live action's good too, but obviously the source material is always the best. Kiviharu up to the circle, bringing this towards the net and tried to get a short shot on that right side, but unable to get that shot off. Good defense by the Americans. 15:15 on the clock. We haven't had a whistle for 4.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And a shot from the circle, and the Finns score! Finland! First goal of the second period. They made this a 3-1 game. Oh yeah, Finland scored. Suomi! But yeah, JVD, the live action on Netflix, it's awesome. But like I said, source material always is better, right? So, and you can find it for free on online. I just downloaded the PDF. Version, not file. Someone was going to make a joke. No! You know what? I think the Americans are losing because I don't have my miracle hat on. Should I put the miracle hat on, Gun Tone Grinding? What do you think, chat? I have the USA miracle hat, brand new. I should be wearing that right now, right? I haven't. I've heard it's one of the best, though. Wow, Finland looking dominant. It's on my fake list. You know, like it's one of those that like I'm like, okay, I got to get to that one eventually. 14:57 on the clock. Yes, please. All right. Whoop. There we go. There we go. USA. USA. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 14:37. Shit. You pop by a stream, I'll show you a couple of panels. I have them. Okay, sweet. I will remind you next time I pop by. Team USA probably tired. They had a late game yesterday. I mean, dude, Finland had a dominant or had a game that went to OT yesterday. I don't think tired's an excuse, sir. Topic. You can't say that the tired. Man, I need a fucking haircut. I don't think that you can say any team being tired is an excuse in this tournament because everybody's tired in this tournament. Everybody's tired in this tournament. Finland went to overtime and had to kill off a penalty in overtime as well. So they should be just as tired, brother. They should be just as tired. 14:36 on the clock. The Americans come up, right side, nice pass, shot off the pad of Rimpinen. And here come the Finns again. And the U.S. pass across the blue line, drop pass, shot. I think Rimpinen got a piece of that, but the Americans still have it. Left side. Feeds that to Connolly on the blue line. He sends it into the corner. Finland trying to find someone there to help get this puck out, and they do get it. And good pressure by the Americans. The rest of them change, but Finland makes a long cross ice pass to try to tip this into the American zone, and he does, but the Americans get that back real quick. Here we go, guys. Here's some good luck for the Americans. They don't quite need a miracle to get back in this one, but the hole is getting deeper. The hole is getting deeper. And Finland with the pass, top of the circle, back of the circle to the blue line. Kiviharju, shot. And that doesn't get to the net, but back to the blue line. Right side, top of the circle. Walking in, shoot. That goes high and wide on the left side. The Americans trying to settle things down and get this puck out of their zone. Close call, Finland all over USA. 12:54, and the U.S. desperately need a change. And here come the Finns again. Here come the Finns again, right side. The U.S. unable to complete their change. Oh, and a nice hit by the Americans. Damn, on that right wall. And up the right side. The Americans actually get that, but Perreault took a hard hit. Oh, and another hard. Perreault, dude, just got ragdolled there. And Finland up the left side. Big hit by the Americans, dude. This game is getting chippy. This game is getting physical. Holy shit. 12:16 on the clock. And here comes the U.S. waiting for reinforcements. Around to Hudson. Back to Zeev Buium. Buium, beautiful little pass there. Back pass and shot on net. Saved by Rimpinen. States still have it in the corner behind the net. And Gabe Perreault centered it. Shot and save by Rimpinen. Whew. Wow. Wow. Crazy start to the second period. The Americans are down 2 to the Finns right now. U.S. ain't gonna win playing like this. Seems like they're losing 9 out of 10 loose puck battles. That is true. That is true. And they are pressuring to try to keep possession, but you said it, the loose puck battles, that's key right now. That's key right now. And scoring for the Finns was Emil Paniniemi. Paniniemi. That's like the most textbook Finn name I've ever seen. He's a Pittsburgh Penguins draft pick, by the way. 3rd round pick, 91st overall. He played mostly in the SM Liga, where he had 6 points, which is the top Finnish league, which is a very good league. 6 points in 37 games. He is a defenseman. First year, this is the first year he came over to North America to play in the OHL, and he is dominating. 34 points in 32 games. This is his second World Junior appearance. Last year, he was pointless. This year, he has 3 points, 2 goals. Andrew, it's not me, dude. It's not me. YouTube has a glitch going on right now. I'm not doing anything. Good to see you, by the way, Andrew. 11:35 on the clock. And here comes the Americans up the right side, backhand bouncing puck, and a nice glove by Rimpinen, just able to slow things down. And the States are going to get a face-off to the left of Rimpinen. But yeah, Andrew, I haven't changed anything, buddy. There's some sort of glitch with YouTube. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I've had the same settings since I've started streaming 4 years ago. Haven't changed a thing. How do you see this one going, Andrew? Do you think the Americans come back? 11:29 seconds. And another face-off win for the Finns. That's 16 now to the Americans' 11, but the Finns having a hard time coming through the neutral zone. Finally get over the Americans' line blue line on the left side. The Americans tight checking. Puck trickles around the corner. U.S. gets it. Hudson, good job pivoting back. And here comes Hudson again. Nice pass. That was offside as hell, but all right. They're going to keep it going. If the Americans score here, man, Finns are going to challenge this one, but the Americans still pushing the pace. And all right, here we go. Rimpinen slows things. And honestly, if you're an American fan, you wanted Rimpinen to slow things down and force a face-off, because that was going to be clearly offside if the Americans challenged it. Or sorry, if the Americans scored and Finland challenged it. Yeah, 100%. Dude, he was like fucking... he was like a few feet offside there. 10:50 on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Face-off in the Finns side, and a beautiful face-off win by the Americans, and a shot on net, but that goes right and wide. Battling. Right wall of Rimpinen. And the Americans get it back, and they get a shot off. They do get a shot off. Bouncing puck. Nice stick by Rimpinen as he knocks that one away. Damn good stick work by Rimpinen there. 10 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. To the point. U.S. shot through traffic. Losing his stick is Rimpinen, but that's okay because the Finns send it up the left side. But a sharp angle shot by the Americans as they get this puck back. Still doesn't have the stick is Rimpinen, but here come the Finns up center. Good opportunity there by the Americans. The shots pretty much even now. 16 for Finland, 15 for the Americans. And they've had a couple good rushes here, but they send this one in. And it's going to be called for icing. Man, Rimpinen, I've been very impressed with the Finnish. I mean, look, Trey Augustine, I know is good already. I wasn't super familiar with Petteri Rimpinen coming into this tournament. Very impressed. He's like insanely calm, cool, and collected. And his, like I said, just confident to just knock that puck away with the stick. Halfway through the second period here, 10 minutes on the clock, and Finland keeps this puck in the American zone. Good defense by the States. Cole Yzerman, who's been kind of like the Brad Marchand for the Americans here. Been kind of the rat for the team, just lipping everybody off between whistles and stuff. And I imagine, you know, as emotions start to boil over here, we're gonna see Cole Yzerman start to yap a little bit. Panini yum. I like paninis. That was the one good thing about Tim Hortons after they got bought out by that Brazilian company. They had the paninis from like 2000, I want to say like 12 to 13, and then they let them go. Good opportunity there by the Americans. Cole Yzerman unable to put that one home. Centering pass, and the Finns get it. I got your comment, Andrew. 9:01. How you doing tonight, Andrew? Who do you think's going to take this one? You think the Americans are going to come back? They're not gone. They just rebranded. 8:45. They just changed their name. Oh, and a backhand opportunity by the Finns, and a great save by Trey Augustine. Great save by Trey Augustine. All right, guys. 248 votes in the poll question. Who wins gold? 44% of you say Finland. 56% of you say the Americans. Guys, we have a great crowd watching, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out. We have a TV timeout here on the broadcast side. Thank you guys for joining. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload, and subscribe to the channel. If you dig my vibe and you also like combat sports, you can check out my second channel, the City Light Project. We stream 30 plus hours of mixed martial arts and combat sports on that channel. So check it out. Check it out. Face off like Nick Cage and John Travolta. Who do you think, if those guys scrapped in real life in their athletic prime, who do you think would win in a fight? John Travolta or Nick Cage? I'm actually like, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because I feel like John Travolta can throw hands. I feel like John Travolta can throw hands. He's got the footwork, bro. He's got the footwork. All he has to do is start fucking moving around Grease Lightning style. I don't think friggin' Nick Cage is gonna hit him. Oh my god. See, look at Rimpinen. 1.93 goals against average. Are you kidding me? Nice, Andrew. Well, I'm not nice that your hearing aids are out, but nice that I'm coming through the speaker on your phone. When was the last time a European team won? That's a good question. Let me take a look, actually. I know Finland won like in the last 10 years. 8:15 on the clock. Because Laine was on that team. I think Barkov was on that team. Levy was on that team. The Edmonton pick is now with Puljujärvi was on that team. 7:56 on the clock. I have the list all here. When we have a break in action, we'll go through it, all right? Nick, always Nick. What's up, Reaper Jones? Gonna see you in a shot by the Americans. Rebound and a save by Rimpinen. Dude, he is on fire. He is on fire. ASMR with Isha in the mornings. Whisper yelling with the fights. Shout to the Ryzen cards. Alpha Zeto, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. You watching the hockey game right now? And if so, do you think the Americans can come back in this one? And face off to the right of Rimpinen. The U.S. wins the face off back to the blue line. And we're going to redo it. We're going to redo it. Damn it all, Travolta. Hey, we still got a lot of hockey left. Half, just under half of the game remaining. 7:41. Reaper Jones, that Alabama fight league last night, that was a lot of fun. Low level stuff, but good fun fights. And weaving in, glove save by Rimpinen, but he doesn't catch it. It bounces back, and here actually come the Finns up into the American zone, but the U.S. get it back in the corner. U.S. taken away by Finland. Shot didn't get through, and here comes the Americans. They tip it into the Finland zone, and there's going to be no icing for that one as they were well over the center line. And Leonard falling all over the place here. Finland trying to get it over the American line, and good job by the States holding the line, and they send it back into the Finn zone, and Finland's going to have to regroup. Finally, we'll get it. Let's go. Finland chips it in. Augustine forced to play it. Right side. Americans try to bring it up that left wall, but the Finns get it back, and Finland setting up. Finland cross-ice pass shot. Great job by the Americans. Taking that shot away, and here comes USA. Here comes the Gophers line, and battling in the corner, Oliver Moore. Again, Chicago Blackhawks first round pick. Absolute stud for the Gophers. And long wrist shot by the Americans, and Moore trying to get the tip, and Moore has it. Corner back to the blue line. Kleber tried to flip it back up, and he does, and it goes up and out of play. All right, so the last time... The last time... So Finland won in 2019, Finland won in 2016, Finland won in 2014, Sweden won in 2012, Russia won in 2011. Canada went on a run 2005 to 2009. They won gold. And the Czechs won in 2000 and 2001. The U.S. have the talent, but it seems they are a step behind. Finland's just like a little bit more physical here as well. And like Patty the Fatty said, when it comes to those loose pucks, the Finns are doing a way better job controlling it. Loose puck battles indeed. 5 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock in this one. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, Finland, I mean, they've had such a good program recently. 5:21 on the clock. I can't wait for the Olympics, Sir Tropic. How awesome is the Olympics going to be when we have NHL players back? And here come the Finns escaping out of that neutral zone battle. 2-on-1. Nice stick by Augustine. Amazing stick work by Augustine. He poked that one out. 5 minutes on the clock. And here comes the Americans behind the net. Short shot here. And Rimpinen doesn't know where it is. And that's because the Americans have it. Sending it in front. Dog pile. Puck still in play. Get the fuck out of the way, ref. Get the fuck out of the way. Shot by the Americans, and that goes wide. Americans still have it. Puck still in play. Honestly, if the ref wasn't in the way, maybe that play would have been a little bit different. 4 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. What's up, Noah? Good to see you. 4 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock, and Finland has it, sends it right side in the neutral zone. You got to imagine that both teams are here going to want to change. Zeev Buium, Minnesota Wild prospect who's likely going to be with the team this year when his college season's done. Sends it in. Buium looking for the tip. And a rebound from the Americans. That goes up and out of play, bro. That was such a good opportunity for USA. Come on. This hat's supposed to bring them luck, dude. This hat's supposed to bring them luck. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Shout out to we have like 2,000 people watching on Twitter. I imagine probably minimum 900 are bots, but for those who aren't bots on Twitter, come over to YouTube, the Sota Pod, join our live chat here. This is where the party is happening, and I can read your guys' chat here on YouTube as well. And you can vote in the poll question. 300 votes in the poll question right now. Who wins gold? USA still leading the poll with 54%. Finland trailing just by a few, 47%. Big shout out to the crowd we have here, guys. 69, nice. Smash that like button. We're trying to get to 35 likes on the video. That is the like goal. That is the like goal. Almost the end of the second period, guys. Almost the end of the second period. Finland, the only team to score in this second period. They scored 2 in the first. It's not a huge hole for the Americans, and they do have the talent to come back and make this a close game. God, those Finnish goal pads, Patty the Fatty, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they're on his blocker too. That's so sick. That's so sick. .94 save percentage. 94 save percentage in this tournament for Rimpinen, guys. Has anyone watched the shootout in the Czechia-Sweden game? 14 rounds. That was just crazy. I was streaming, dude. I was live for that. You should go back and check my reaction. 3 minutes and 56 seconds. We were losing our shit live on stream. We had 150 people in the chat losing their minds as well. 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Finland, oh my God, drop pass, but unable to get that shot on net. And the Americans, Brody Zeemer sends it center of the ice, and they're able to get it into the Finland zone. No, all good, dude, all good. We were just so pumped, and it was funny as we were dogging the shootout. We were like, oh, fucking shootout before, blah, blah, blah. And then we got one of the most fun shootouts we've seen in a long time. 2-point lead, worst lead in hockey. You're learning.
Exactly.
Oh my God, it warms my heart that JVD is a hockey fan now, boys. You have no idea. boys and girls. 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Because JVD and I met on MMA in the MMA YouTube world, and now he's a hockey fan. It's amazing. Up the left side, the Finns back in the American zone. This, honestly, guys, this might be the best hockey game that the Finns have played in this entire tournament. Now, I say that now, and they could absolutely fall off. Oh, that's going to be a... How is that not a penalty on Finland? How is that not a penalty on Finland? I'm sorry. Play offside here. How is that not a penalty from Finland, especially how the refs have been calling stuff in this game? That's crazy. Not just this game, in this whole tournament. Maybe they're thinking that Leonard went down easier than he had to. No, bro. I'm sorry. Even if Leonard sold that a little bit, that's fucked. That should have been called. Again, I have no bias here. I'm going to call what I see. And the refs going, no. I don't know about that. Overall, it's an insanely good game. Absolutely. You know what? Karma. I'm sorry, Ryan Leonard, but you've been looking like a Manchester United soccer player this entire tournament with all your dives. So maybe that's just, karma. That's just boy, you cried wolf. Yep, Riley Height got snubbed by Team Canada 2 years in a row. Matthew Wood got cut from Team Canada, as well as Yakimchuk. Which, by the way, Yakimchuk was liking all of the Latvia social media posts when they beat Canada. I feel like USA will make a comeback and win, but go Finland! And there's the States right when you say it. The United States score, and they cut this lead, or they cut this lead to just one for Finland. I don't know what I was saying there. They make this a 1-goal game. There's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. What's up, Jackson? Good to see you. So far, this has been the best game that I think Finland has played in this tournament. Now, the game that they played against the Americans was amazing. It really was a good game. It was very much back and forth. But the game they played against Sweden, they played good in the first half of the first period. They played shitty in the second half of the first period. They dominated the second period and then shit the bed in the third, right? So it'll be interesting to see what Finnish team comes out in this second period, because they gassed hard in the third period against Sweden yesterday. America! You jinxed Finland. 2 minutes and 16 seconds on the clock. I'm just calling what I see, brother. I'm just calling what I see. The hockey gods, they are untampered with, right? The hockey gods are untampered with. Oh, and that was a bad bounce. That was just a shot from the blue line, bounced off, I think, a Finnish player, and bounced right under the pad of Rimpinen. Bad bounce there. Those happen in this sport. Finland up 1 on the Americans. 23 shots to the Americans, 17 for the Finns. And the U.S. with some momentum here. Shot from the blue line. That goes up and wide. USA still has it. Oliver Moore throws it back, trying to find one of his line mates. Finland trying to separate the man from the puck. When Nelson goes down, big hit by Finland. You know what? The refs are letting him play more than I've seen them let any of these guys play throughout this tournament. And that top line back out there for the United States. It's crunch time, baby. It's crunch time. What a crazy bounce. But you put pucks on net, man, and that's how you score in this game. Great goal. Well, great goal in the sense, not technically, but in the sense that it cuts this lead for the Americans. Brandon Sota scores this one. It is his third of the tournament. He now has 6 points. He's actually playing for Boston University right now, where he has 3 points in 11 games, 3 goals. Won a championship with the Fargo Force of the USHL last year, and the year prior won a championship with the Youngstown Phantoms as well. 1 minute and 25 seconds in this second period. Keep the comments coming, guys. Appreciate you guys for joining. We have 70 people watching on YouTube right now and 2,000 on Twitter. Probably more than 1,000 of the Twitter ones are bots, but for the ones that are humans, come over to YouTube, smash that like button, vote in our poll question. We'll check back into the poll question here in a moment. 121, ladies and gentlemen. 1:21 on the clock. And the official talking to the American coach right now. He's complaining on that cross-check play. Feeling like you tonight. What does that mean? It's like someone who needs a fucking haircut? What's going on, Idaho Skatesman? 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. How's the rest of your day going? Haven't done anything but work on the new channel graphics and this MMA trivia video. Oh, yes. So going... yeah, there you go. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Welcome to my world, brother. I also need a haircut. I look like a freaking boom with mine, though. My hair, unfortunately, used to be super curly, and now it's like... I don't know. Well, mind you, it was under freaking toque, or as you Americans call them, winter hats, the whole day. But hey, Sundays are for working on YouTube stuff now, eh? If the hockey gods are untampered with, that must explain why the Leafs are cursed. 100%. USA wins by 1. They score in the final 10 minutes of the third. My hair thick as scum on a Louisiana swamp. I just got a haircut. My hair used to be thick and curly, but now my hairline looks like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, and it's only thick in the back. Gotta love getting older. I need a freaking Nutrafol or him sponsorship, bruh. 37 seconds on the clock. Maybe we'll get hair back on Hoppy's head too with those sponsorships, eh? Oh, and a shot by the Americans. Score! They tie it with 27 seconds left. The Americans tie it 3-3 going into the third. Oh my God. Dude, Idaho Skatesman, both of the games, the bronze medal game and this one have been nothing short of spectacular. How many pull-ups can I do in a row? Quite a few, actually, because I don't weigh much. I don't weigh much, and like I have pretty good upper body strength. I haven't done pull-ups in a while. But like, I don't know, like easily, maybe not easy, but like, I don't know. If I did them, if I had a bar right now, I could be confident in saying I could probably do like over 35. Probably start struggling around 25. But I think I could do maybe over 30. I don't know, dude. More than 30, we'll say. More than 30. More than 30 on the first attempt. I just don't weigh a lot. So it's easy. To hell with haircuts, USA! USA! Do I know hockey knowledge or what? In a row, what the fuck? Yes, no, I can do maybe 5. Tie game 3-3. 24 seconds on the clock. And that first goal for the Americans in this period, again, lucky bounce. I mean, good shot. You put shots on net. This was amazing. Tearing through the middle. Deke, right side, left side shot, and what a beautiful, beautiful release. I just did 15 pull-ups pretty easy. I'm calling it. I'm calling the game. Going for Finland, but man, that was a good goal. 5 seconds on the clock. And the Americans tie up this game. And that's going to do it for the second period. It's been a little bit different from the last time these guys played, where it was like pretty evenly matched in the round robin back and forth. I would say Finland, for the most part, was the better team until that final onslaught by the States. Until the States scored that goal, that bouncing puck goal, and all momentum kind of shifted in favor of the United States, and they were able to tie this one 3-3. How many kick flips can I do? And kick. And push. Coast. Such a good album. I can't do any. I fucking suck skateboarding. Flat ground is for posers. That's crazy. I have an artificial hip, so no kick flips. Hit the like button. Zeko, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. I mean, that's why hockey's the greatest sport, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's awesome. It's so high paced. Momentum shifts so quickly. Oh my goodness. I think I broke my hip on the ice. I hope that you're okay. I hope that you're fine. I hope it's not a broken hip, bruised at most. Gun tone granny. That's why I'd be hitting a backsmith on a big old wall in my PFP at JVD. You guys and your skate lingo. I have so many skate clips and memes that I've saved on Twitter, and I always like save them, excited to share them. I'm like, oh yeah, Idaho Skatesman doesn't even have Twitter. All right, guys, let's take a quick break early here. Let's take a quick break early here. We're gonna have a quick word from our friends out of 9 Mile Brewing in Bloomington. Then we'll be right back. We'll go over the box score. We'll go over what we saw in that second period, and we'll tee up the third. One more period, full period of hockey in this World Junior Tournament, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, one of the best World Junior tournaments we've seen in the last 5 years. Shoot, you could even argue the last 10 years with how competitive almost all the games were. Like we've seen less blowouts in this tournament than ever before. And some people are going to say, well, yeah, it's because the Russians aren't in there. Whatever, man. The fact that we see nations like Latvia, like Switzerland, hell, even Germany, taking a step up relative to where they were coming into this tournament and last year, it's awesome to see. It's awesome to see. I mean, the only team that I was kind of disappointed with really was, other than fucking Canada, were the Slovaks. But even then, I would say that the Switzerland-Slovak game before the semifinals, probably the best game of the tournament. Yeah, what's up, Evan? Red Baron, Finland, please. Andrew saying, go USA. Andrew, you'll be in the USA soon as you go full snowbird and hit up Florida. All right, quick break here. Back on the other side, we'll go through the second period. We'll tee up the third. And let's see. Are we going to have 2 OT games in a row? And this one goes the distance. This one goes the distance. No shootout in this one, ladies and gentlemen. No shootout in this one. I'm not betting at all, man. Coming into this one, and you can check the tape, I didn't even really have a prediction. I thought I was going back and forth saying that both these teams are so close, and we saw the first game that they played in the round robin and was so close, 3-3 going into overtime. I ultimately picked the United States to win 4-3 in overtime. Quick question. Some players have a black-colored visible pad at their rear above their jersey. Others don't. Why is that? It just depends on what type of, I guess, probably what type, like what brand and what size of the skate pants that you have. Have faith. Finland is going to do USA like they did Sweden last game. Well, Red Baron, you better hope that they have a better third period because they played awful in the third period against Sweden. They played awesome against Sweden in the second period. They put 20 shots on Sweden, but in the third period, they only got 3 shots on net, going from 20 to 3. Sweden absolutely dominated them in the third period. Sweden did everything but score. So let's hope that they don't play like the Finland team that played Sweden in the third period. If you're rooting for them. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we'll be right back, guys. Keep the comments coming. Smash that like button. More coverage here on the channel. That is right, the Sota Pod channel. If you're watching on Twitter or Facebook, come over to YouTube. Vote in the poll question. We'll jump into the poll question here in a couple minutes. Quick 2-minute break. Here's a word from our friends at 9 Mile Brewing. And we are back live here on the SotaPod YouTube channel for the final period, full period anyways, because this could go to overtime. Final period of the 2025 World Junior Championship. I want to give a big shout out and thanks before we get into just some of the details, some of the box scores, some of the, well, pretty much everything that we've been seeing up into this point and teeing up the third period. Just want to give a big shout out to every single one of you who are new to the channel, who've subscribed, who found us throughout this tournament. We really appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. A special shout out to our boy Scott and JVD, who've been donating a ton throughout this tournament. Those who've been giving out memberships as well. Shout out to RJ right on cue for NHL and hockey updates. And to all returning subscribers, to all those who've been supporting this channel from before we even had the YouTube channel, from we were just a podcast on the feed, and who still listen to the podcast we have, from the SotaPod inception to Judd's Buds to Fellowship of the Rink to Wildly Informed and to MNCAA. We want to say thank you, every single one of you, for all the support. This is my favorite time of the year. This is the greatest tournaments in sports, and it's an absolute honor for me to cover and stream and hang out with you guys throughout this tournament. So thank you guys. Thank you. Like Latvia beating Canada the first time ever, so competition is getting way better and games are more fun to watch now. Absolutely, Jackson. Yo, what's up, Kyle? USA. What would you name your boys? Like my offspring? The Ducks have signed left winger Frank Vetrano to a 3-year contract extension through the 2027-2028 season. $4.5 million a year, $13.7 million contract. Thank you so much, RJ, right on cue for all the updates in the world of hockey. All right, let's get to just some of the stats here throughout this second period. I'm going to bring them here up on screen. All right, dead even going into the third period, ladies and gentlemen. Emil Peniniemi. Say that 10 times fast. Peniniemi. Anyways, he scores the first goal of the second period, assisted by Heikki Ruhonen and Jesse Nurmi. Getting back into this game was Brandon Sobota. And then Cole Hudson ties it up. And look, I've been, I think, fairly critical of Zeev Buium. I've talked about the good. I've talked about the bad. I've talked about the ugly in this tournament. And honestly, there's more good than the bad and the ugly. There's just a few, like, he hasn't had a flawless game up until now, I would say. Like, his game tonight is looking pretty damn good. And he was the one who started off that sequence, ladies and gentlemen. It's funny. I was about to say that. I was about to bring that point up. And the State of Hoppy himself literally just texted me, bro, Zeev Buium made that whole sequence come to life. And I'm texting him saying, I was just saying the same thing. Oh, man. So, yeah, that was incredible. And he will be with the Minnesota Wild when his college season's done. Knock on wood, the Wild make the playoffs, and he'll be able to get some time with them there, especially if he, like, absolutely comes in and looks great at the end of the season. They'll, Billy Guerin and co will probably give him a little bit of rope, right? And be like, okay, we're trusting you because you look like you're ready for this stage. Yeah, my offspring, not my balls. You don't want to know what I named thing 1 and thing 2? I've never given it a lick of thought because I'm never having kids. Hey, you're not sure if I asked you this before, but aside from hockey, do you enjoy any other sports like Formula One? I pretty much only like sports where you can fight. So I love Calcio Storico. I love box lacrosse. None of that field lacrosse bullshit. Don't tell Joe. He used to play high-level field lacrosse. Box lacrosse. Obviously hockey and just combat sports. So, like, I follow CFL because someone has to. I don't. You know what? I used to watch a lot of tennis, but for the most part, like, if you can't fight in the sport, I know you can't fight in IIHF hockey, and I say this is the greatest tournament in sports, but for the most part, if you can't fight in the sport, I really don't have an interest. I'm a psycho. I like watching humans throw down. No, Isha 1 and Isha 2. I honestly, man, I've never even given it a little bit of a thought. lucky. I've never even had a scare, so I never even had to. And like, I want to go through life not being a parent. So, so if I give it a thought, I don't want to like I don't even put that into the universe, dude. I don't even want to put that into the universe. I will gladly be the cool uncle to my friends' kids and my siblings' kids, but I never want that responsibility. I can barely keep myself alive. There's no way I'd be able to keep another human alive. Oh, hi. Godspeed, sir. Glad you got through it. Yeah, I'm no, that would be horrifying. But what about you? During that scare? What were your name choices? If it was a boy, I'd name it Kirill. The Thrill. Let's go. Louis Jr. almost came. Because Louis Sr. did. Boom, boom. That was honestly the only good zinger I've ever made on this channel. Hey, Craig Button joining the panel here. Let's go. And the second would be Thor's From the Hammer. Boom, boom. You're just setting me up right now. You're just setting me up, dude. Oh, man. All right, let's bring up the stats here for this one. And again, a big shout out to everybody still watching here. We will get back to the play-by-play. We will get back to the live coverage here once puck drops for the third period. But we got a few more minutes here, guys. 23 shots for the Americans. And they're leading in the face-off here, too. So, like, literally until that second goal for the Americans was scored, momentum was in Finland's favor. And then momentum shifted to the States, and they scored that beautiful goal off that sequence started by Zeev Buium. As long as it's physical sport with grown men and not watching soccer floppers embarrassing, this third period needs to start. It's terribly late here in Germany. What time is it over there? Yo, JVD with the super sticker. Let's go. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much, JVD, with the heart eyes super sticker. And guys, we are only 7 likes away from hitting our like goal, so smash that like button if you haven't already. Thank you so much, buddy. Yo, big, like I said, I gave JVD a shout out a little bit ago, but JVD has been supporting this channel, and he supports my fight channel, the City Life Project. So thank you, brother. Like I said, it's so awesome to see you fall in love with this sport. Not even just $1, £1, bro. £1. That's more than $1 here in the United States. I'll be following, keep firing pucks on net, and the bounces will happen. 3:30 a.m. Yo, can we give a shout out to Sir Topic?
That shit beautiful than a
that
motherfucker.
Shit is beautiful as a motherfucker. Or Sir Tropic, sorry. You're the real MVP, staying up watching the greatest tournament in sports. Oh man, if you guys, they're showing replays on TSN right now of the bronze medal game, crazy shootout drama. If you want to see my reaction and my friend Joe's reaction, we were watching that. The video is on this channel. The video was literally the last live stream that we streamed, that we were hosting here. And if you go like to the end, you'll see we were just losing our shit by the end of it. All right, guys. One more TV timeout after this, and I love seeing Bob McKenzie back. For those in the United States who don't know, Bob McKenzie, he's the gentleman on the far right, our far right. He's retired, longtime TSN journalist and broadcaster, and he retired a few years ago, but he comes out of retirement, he comes out of the cabin in Margaritaville to cover the World Juniors and the NHL draft. And dude, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. In my opinion, he's the best Canadian journalist to ever live. And he's getting up there in age, man. And it's always awesome to see him cover this tournament. I had the pleasure of meeting him back in 2017 and 18. I wish I had that picture handy, man. I posted on Twitter years ago. So like I could scroll and I probably couldn't find it now. But maybe I'll try here. Better than Ariel? Oh yeah, dude, 1,000 times better. Like they're not even in the same stratosphere. Yo, whoa, Kyle with the $5 super sticker. Kyle, you did not have to do that. Keep it up. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much for the $5. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for helping to build up this channel as well. Our goal was to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of this tournament. We're damn close. We're damn close. We might even hit it by the end of this week because we have more streams coming this week. We have a stream tomorrow. We have a stream Wednesday. And I don't think we're going to sneak a wild stream this week because I've been going ham on this channel and I'm probably just going to take a week break. But then the following week, we'll be back with some Minnesota Wild streams. And then the Four Nation tournament is a month away. So we will fire up the Four Nations tournament here as well. I'm the guy who does the play-by-play. I'm the guy who covers the live events. But you'll see other faces on this channel streaming as well moving forward. So thank you so much, Kyle. Thank you so much, JVD. And, an extended thanks to Scott as well, as he's been donating pretty much every single stream here. And Scott, Sean Cosgrove, and Vendetta have all grown this channel. Have all grown the memberships of this channel too. So we are going to start to roll out some membership series videos as well as streams for you guys here in the new year, as we've grown enough on this channel and with some generosity from our viewers to actually be able to get some regular content out there for our crowd of members. But yeah, dude, Bob McKenzie is not even in the same stratosphere. Ariel's not even in the same stratosphere as Bob McKenzie. Not even in the same stratosphere. I bet Ariel's not even tweeting about this game right now. Fake Canadian. Fake Canadian. I don't think Ariel's a big hockey fan, though. I think he's more of a basketball fan. Fake Canadian. And he's not even a Toronto Raptors fan. He's a friggin', I hate the Toronto Raptors, so I actually don't blame him for that. He's a Knicks fan. So, there you go. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, third period has begun. This is it, tied 3-3. And again, this is the rematch. They played each other in the round robin, and Finland ended up scoring in overtime, making it 4-3. 19:33 on the clock. Big shout out to the over 2,600 people watching on Twitter right now. I imagine half of you or more than half of you are bots. But those who aren't bots, come over to YouTube, join our live chat here, vote in the poll question. 407 votes in the poll question. Who wins gold, USA or Finland? USA still 56%. Finland 44%. 19:10 on the clock, and USA up the right side. Hudson with a shot that goes high and wide, but the U.S. still have it. Gabe Perreault back to Hudson. Left side, battling for it. And Perreault shot center. That goes high, I think off a stick, up and high, but Perreault still has it back to the blue line. Hudson. Shot. Puck goes up and high again. Nice save. Actually, no, I think that hit the stick of one of the Finnish defenders, but Perreault still has it. Sharp angle shot. No, he tried to center that, and that goes up as well. It's called Flash Score. Flash Score. Good to see you, Owens. 18:28 on the clock. And it's live, man. Flash Score is in real time. It updates. 18:23 on the clock. And Finns have it in the neutral zone. They're trying to get into the U.S. zone, and they do. And here come the Finns. A centering pass. Nobody there. U.S. try to send it out of their zone, but Finland keeps it in. They send it the length of the boards. No, I can't do that, man. That's illegal. There are some other channels who like to roll the dice with that. I'm not going to do it. I work. Let's just say, I know enough about YouTube that I ain't fucking rolling the dice. Especially, we worked so hard to build up this channel, and I've worked so hard to build up my second channel. And YouTube straight up could shut down my second channel with 14,000 subscribers that has no affiliation to this channel just because my face is on this channel and I've shown something else. So no, I'm not going to do anything illegal here, brother. 17:31 on the clock. 17:25 and back down into the Finn zone. Finland resetting. Let's go, USA! Yeah, if those are new to the channel, we do live play-by-play commentary, reaction, and of course, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. And Finland into the corner. You can take it back. You can take it back. I think you have 24 hours to take it back. Or let me know your PayPal and I'll send it back to you, Kyle. 1653. So I'm dead serious too. So let me know your PayPal. I'll send it back to you, dude. And a nice shot by Finland, and the U.S. Makes the save but doesn't hold on to it. And this goes back down the length of the ice, and nice checking there by the Americans, and the Finns have it here. I've sent donations back to people before, dude. I'm totally fine doing that. No shame. 16:23 on the clock. And the Americans send it back in. Great work by the Americans here early, pressuring. We got the Gophers line out here. Zeemer, Oliver Moore, and puck trickles out left side, and the Finns end up getting it. They dump this puck in. Behind the net, the Americans get it back. Up the right side, and they can't keep the line. And puck bounces up into the American zone. Great first couple minutes here for the Americans, guys. Gabe Perreault. I mean, this first line, as well as that Gophers line, which I know they're not all Gophers, but you know, Brody Zeemer, Oliver Moore, absolutely dominating and having a great tournament, respectively. Finland wins the faceoff. Shot from the blue line. Nice pad save by Augustine. He deflects that wide. The U.S. has it. Battling on the left board. Back to the corner. Trying to send it out. And unable to hold the line is Finland, but Kupalainen does have it on the right side. He sends it back left. 15-28. And U.S. behind their zone. They're breaking out. I'm like multitasking. I'm trying to find that Bob McKenzie picture for you guys too. 15-13. And trying to get it possession here in the neutral zone, skating into the U.S. zone. As U.S. has possession. Zeev Buium, left side. Hagens sends it to Conley. Conley with a shot that hits somebody and bounces wide, and Kupalainen has it on the left side. Let's go, Finland! And partial breakaway, nice shot by the Americans, but even a better save by Rimpinen. And that goes all the way down the American zone. Augustine sends it up to Hudson. Hudson through center ice, behind the net. Perreault has it now. Tried a centering pass. Still has it, even though that pass was kind of broken up. Perreault looking. Anybody there? Sends it to the blue line. Finland with a check up to the circle. Nobody there. Shot and unable to tip it on that left side was Leonard. Wide open net. Wow. Battling in the neutral zone. Here come the Americans again. Flipping it ahead. Hagens centering pass off of Finn's skate, but no one there to put home the rebound. Zeev Buium, left side. Buium keeps that puck in the zone somehow, some way, and then Finland banks off the boards back to the neutral zone, and Americans are going to get a change as they send this back deep into the Finland zone, but they got one guy forechecking here. And up ahead, Finland, unable to make that cross-ice pass to the neutral zone. They get their pocket picked by the Americans. I found the picture. Wow. That took a while. 13-10. I'm back looking at the chat here, but no one commented, so we're good. And here come the Finns with some space finally through the neutral zone. They send it left side. Pass didn't get completed cleanly. 12:55 on the clock. Man, I'm starting to smell overtime. Despite there being a lot of hockey left, I'm starting to smell overtime. And a shot from the blue line by Finland. Rebound shot goes right over Augustine. He had no idea where that was. The Americans up ahead. Brody Zeemer sends that puck in, and he's going to go in for a change. Sends it up to Zeemer. Whoever sent it up to Zeemer went for a change, but now Zeemer still on the ice. To Oliver Moore. Oliver Moore on the left side. Blazing speed. Oliver Moore. What a shot. What a shot, but an even better save by Rimpinen. Actually, should I take what I said about the hockey gods, or said back about the hockey gods? The Leafs are winning currently. What's the score against Philly? Dude, how good is that Michkov kid? How good is Michkov? And the Flyers are so lucky that he came over this year versus in like 3 more years. That was the reason he fell in the draft, right? All right, TV timeout, guys. When the World Juniors were in Vancouver and British Columbia, Vancouver and Victoria, British Columbia, I had the absolute pleasure of meeting the man, the myth, the legend, Bob McKenzie. Here, check this out. Check this out. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. I asked Bob McKenzie if he knew this jersey, if he knew who the Victoria Salsa were. He said no. He said no. But yeah, there you go. So 2019 World Championship. I don't think Canada got out of the quarters in that one either. But anyways, yeah, that picture, man. 2 legends, James Duffy and Bob McKenzie. Super cool to meet them. Super cool to meet them. But yeah, there it is. There it is. I think there's one picture my buddy cropped a freaking pigeon mask over my face on on that photo too. That's somewhere circulating on social media. Shout out to producer Pigeon. All right, back from TV timeout. Almost no whistles. Just put on my MMA gloves. God, I fucking miss it, man. You'll be back soon, brother. You'll be back soon. All right. Puck drop here again after TV timeout, 12-16 on the clock. Yo, Josh, come over to YouTube, buddy. Anybody who's watching on Twitter or Facebook, come over to YouTube. Join our live chat here. This is where it's buzzing, and you can vote in our poll question. Is Finland goalie on an NHL team? I don't think he's even drafted yet. I don't even think he's drafted yet. And here comes Kiskinen. He scored the first goal. Shot blocked by the Americans. 11:44. And the Finns reset. So yeah, he's not drafted, dude. He's not drafted. He's playing in the SM Liiga right now for Kiekko Espoo. And he's only 18 years of age. Him and the Latvian goalie, they're going to be drafted this year. They're going to be drafted this year. How clean of a hit was that Stevie Leskovar check? Who gives a fuck? He's the best wild prospect that they have in the system right now, clean or dirty. I don't even say that tongue-in-cheek, man. And the Americans with another opportunity, but a nice diving play by Finland, able to block that shot. But here come the Americans again. Cross. Oh my God, that was a cross crease pass, and that literally bounced off that little crevice between the pads. If that was open any more, the Americans would have been up 1. Riley Mehok, it was a chicken wing to the face, Trouba style, and a great save by Rimpinen. But I love that player. He's the future for the Minnesota Wild, and if the Minnesota Wild ever have a chance to, I mean, sure. Elbow right to the face, sure. Beautifully clean, love it. No complaints. If the Wild are ever going to even sniff a Stanley Cup, he needs to be on the roster. So Rimpinen makes the save upon a U.S. player blowing their tire. I think it was falling into him. But no, Stevie Leskovar is the best prospect the Wild have in their system, and it's not even close. Y'all who think differently, you're clearly fans of the NHL. You like soft hockey. I'm so sick of the NHL. LNAH, EIHL all the way, baby. And World Junior Hockey, let's go. 10 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock. And here comes the Americans sending that back in. Left side in the corner. How's your weekend going, by the way, Riley? Good to see you. Good to see you. Guilford Flames. You know, I do say that tongue in cheek that, you know, NHL is that. It's so soft and it's so hard to watch these days, guys. The skill has never been better. the game has never been worse. So it's an interesting predicament we're in right now. 10 minutes on the clock. But that's my opinion, right? And I'm probably on an island there. Because I love watching basically rock'em sock'em robots on the ice. 9:57. And here come the Finns. Josh, I just started watching hockey 4 years ago, and I'm a big Canes fan. Do you know how good Nikishin really is? I've heard he's like a top 5 prospect in hockey. He is an amazing prospect, and what a great team to follow, dude. What a great team to follow, because the Hurricanes are awesome, and their coach is actually from my hometown where I was born on Vancouver Island. One of the junior B teams out there is literally named the or one of the junior B teams' rinks is literally named the Brindy. Great skill, shite fights.
Exactly that.
Exactly that. Shot didn't get through the slot there by Finland, scooped up by Brody Zeemer, and he's going to send that down the length of the ice. 9 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here, ladies and gentlemen. And the Finns, only 3 shots in this period thus far. The Americans, 27 total. They've gotten 5. Talking about the UFC, I mean UFC, NHL, very similar. I mean, I think I give the example that the UFC is the NHL of MMA. It doesn't mean it's the most entertaining league, though. Unable to get this puck through the neutral zone, where the Finns, and a shot by the Americans, blocked by Finland. Another pass. I thought the Americans were going to shoot that at the top of the circle with a nice pass in front of the net, but the Finland gets it back. They send it up the boards, and here they go through the neutral zone. Cross ice pass, room, shot, amazing. Oh, did that even hit? I don't even think that hit. I don't even think that hit Augustine. I thought he made that glove save, but that went wide of the glove. But Finland still has it right side in the corner. And the puck was up in the air, and Buium sends it to center. And the Americans are going to go for a change as they send this in. Finland. Let's see if they can get a rush going here right when the Americans made their change. And tipping this one in the zone. And the Augustine's going to glove this one down. 8 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. And some huffing and puffing Finns there on the bench. It kind of seems like they're gassing, guys. And what did I say? They gassed in the freaking Sweden game in the third, and it looks like they're starting to gas here a little bit anyways. Not as bad as in the Sweden game, but far from the Finnish team that we saw early in the second period. Where are the beards, boys? You can definitely see who's like 17, 18 on the bench there. I guess the 17-year-olds have to wear cages. So 18-year-olds with little poostaches. Finland battling for it, left of Augustine. The Americans get it through the neutral zone. The speed by Connolly, but Finland trying to trap him, and a nice stick by the Finns as they were able to get or disrupt that pass anyways. Americans, and they have a centering pass, unable to get a shot off, and a big hit by Finland. Both these teams staying very disciplined in the second and third period, by the way, guys. And like I said, also the ref hasn't been calling as much. I had a poostache when I was 13. Bro, I had a full beard when I was 13. But so I can empathize. Brindamore is the man. He was a great flyer. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. From Campbell River, Vancouver Island, British Columbia. And it's cool that the Campbell River Storm play at the Brindy. 7-12. Is Cam Neely also from Campbell River, eh? They just breed hockey players, Vancouver Island. Jordy and Jamie Benn also from Vancouver Island. They're from South Island, though, Victoria. Oh, and a centering pass that's scooped up by Augustine. Yeah, I was always so nervous, JVD, because my friends always were pressuring me to boot for them when I was like 14 because I friggin' looked like I was on the terrorist watch list with a full beard. 3-3 games still, guys. The Americans scored 2 quick ones at the end of the second period. And it's been tight. since then. However, the Americans out shooting the Finns in this second period. TSN says 20. Flash score says 19. US. I mean, face-offs have basically been even. Again, 1 for 2 on the power play for Finland. State 0 for 1, but honestly, we haven't seen a power play since the first period, if I'm not mistaken. Or is that the Babu's nerve-wracking the first few times? What's the? I mean, pardon my my naivety, but what's the legal drinking age in the UK? Or is it like different in parts of the UK? In Canada, it's different in every province. I don't know if it's different in if it's similar in the UK in each area or province. But 18 is the youngest legal drinking age in Canada, and that's in Alberta. And then I believe everywhere else is 19. Although there's certain bars in Quebec where if you can just look, or Newfoundland, if you can just look over the counter, Wisconsin style. 18, okay. If you just look over the counter, Wisconsin style, they'll serve you. And I think 19 is cannabis in Canada too. 16:51 seconds on the clock. I think even in Alberta, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, if there's any Albertans in the chat. I'm pretty, cannabis is the legal age, or 19 in Canada to buy cannabis too. Legally. Nice blocker save by Finland. And this puck gets knocked down the length of the ice. 6:30 on the clock. Yeah, same in Switzerland, similar, no? I had a friend from Switzerland in high school who's an exchange student, and he was pissed that he couldn't drink at 16. He's like, what is this country? You can't drink at 16. That better knack. 16 or 6:12 on the clock and trying to bring this puck right in front of Rimpinen being pushed out of the way there by the Finnish defenseman. 6:03 on the clock. Zeemer falls. Good defense by Finland. Finland chips it up in the neutral zone. Finland with some bodies in the American zone. They send it back around the net. Goes well around the net, and the American actually scoops it up. But fighting here in the circle. Trying to keep this puck in are the Finns, but the Americans, oh, they lose it. They lose it. But only one Finn with it deep in the corner. Back to the right wall. Americans get it. And the Finns can't hold the line. Neutral zone. The Americans dump that puck in, and they're going to go for a change. Gotta want a beer right now. And hand pass. And we're going to have a whistle. You know what's kind of a wacky but Midwest thing that I've kind of fallen in love with, JVD? A cheap lager with either a pickle spear in it or just a dash of pickle juice. Really fucking good. Definitely a Midwest thing. And it makes it so it's not like a pickled beer. Because I've had pickled gozes before. And I'm like, ugh. This is like just drinking pickle juice. That's like fizzy. And it's not for me. But like a dash is actually very good. Or a pickle spear. As it marinates as you... soaks it in as you drink it. Underrated. And again, very much a Midwest thing. But I've fallen in love with it out here. But you want to do it with a cheap beer. So for those Midwest people watching a Hams, for those out west in Canada, like a Lucky, fucking Coors, one of those. Yeah, JVD, where I'm located, it's despite it being legalized in this state, you're not allowed to buy smokable products yet, only edibles, and edibles aren't for me. I'm a very much old school hippie, twisting them up. Ricky from Trailer Park Boys style. Big enough joint there, Rick. I'm really excited for the Canes' future. I know that Blake beat Neto for the last roster spot, but I think Neto is going to be a stud. Absolutely. Dude, they have a bunch of good prospects and just solid roster players right now. The Canes are always a threat in the playoffs. 5:15 on the clock, and the Americans tip this in the zone. 19 to, dude, this is literally the Sweden game all over again. Since the Finns took the lead and we've started this third period, shots are 19-4 in favor of the Americans. I keep getting told I look like Ricky early on stream. These race. I don't even think Ricky's a ginger. 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Here comes Zeev Buium. Yeah, Sweden in the third period. Mike Johnson just mentioned it. 20 shots to 3 in the third period when they beat Sweden going into overtime. So, oh, this puck almost trickles over the line. Losing the stick was Rimpinen. Dude, that was so close. Big hit by Finland. And Rimpinen had to skate out of his crease to grab his stick. Oh my goodness. 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes. Here comes Kumpalainen, Minnesota Wild prospect, and a nice shot, but an even better glove save by Trey Augustine. We just can't get the job done. Until they do, though, that's what's so wild about the Stanley Cup playoffs, right? Is like, yeah, because they have been losing a little early, but then they get out of the second round, and it's like, oh God, here we go. Here we go. The run starts. Josh, I was a Canuck. I am a Canucks fan, and I love following the Capitals. Dude, Canucks, until they beat the Chicago Blackhawks in the first round, it was destined that we're going to lose in the playoffs. Right? Same thing with the Washington Capitals. Until they beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, they were destined to lose in the playoffs. So you never know when that magic is going to happen, right? Americans trying to tip this into the zone, and Finland gets it back. 4 minutes on the clock. Yeah, Ricky is, in all fairness, though he does actually look like me. I can see my dad in him. I mean, if you gained like 100 pounds, maybe I could see it. You just got to grease that hair up, roll a 6 paper joint, and eat 12 cans of ravioli. No one wants to admit they ate 12 cans of ravioli. On a shot by Finland and a save by Augustine. Augustine coming in clutch here in the final minutes of this third period, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Again, like, I have no stake in this. I guess I should. If the Americans win, I win $75. So, like, I guess I should be, like, rooting for them at all costs. But this has just been such a tremendous game. And I don't know why I'm sweating here. I don't know why I'm sweating. It's just like I'm on the edge of my seat. Because, like, anything can happen here in the final 3 minutes. I'd eat 12 cans of rice pudding. Three minutes on the clock. I like rice pudding. Call me bougie, but I like tapioca better. 2 minutes and 56 seconds on the clock. And a nice save by Rimpinen. Puck bounces to the neutral zone. Weaving and waving. Here's Cole Hudson as he evades the Finnish check, and he sends it cross ice. Shot! Blocker save by Rimpinen. And that goes right and wide, fighting for it on the boards here. Finland desperately trying to get it out of their zone, and they do. A little chip play here. 2-on-2. Cross ice. The Americans break that up, and now they're coming through the neutral zone right side. Nice drop pass. Shot. Great save by Rimpinen. Behind the net, Finland. Up the boards. Right outside of the zone, and the Americans are going to slow this down. And Finland picks off this pass, and they're coming. Walks right in. Unbelievable save by Trey Augustine. Unbelievable save by Trey Augustine. Connolly right back into the Finn zone. 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock, guys. 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock. This is crunch time, and a cross pass, cross ice pass, centering pass through the crease, but doesn't get through the crease. It was intended to get through the crease, but a nice save by Rimpinen. Finns force this puck into the American zone, but the Americans have it, and they're going to rush right side. Finns pressuring them here, forced to push this puck back. My chef mentor brought me back some maple syrup before I was having my pancakes with bacon every single day. Oh, that sounds amazing.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucking.
JVD, did I tell you that, like, on this channel we have a video of me and my buddy making maple syrup? It's the most Canadian ass shit ever. Or it's on City Life. It's on, look up maple syrup on the City Life channel later and you'll see. Or tomorrow. I think you would enjoy that, being the chef that you are. 1 minute on the clock in this third period, ladies and gentlemen. What is my prediction for the Four Nations? Ooh, I have to. I don't know yet. I have to look at the rosters one more time. Oliver Moore trying to pass to Nelson. Passes out of the reach. Probably the Americans, though. I'm leaning Americans, Josh. And Gabe Perreault unable to get that shot on 22 seconds. And here come the Finns. One last rush. Here comes Finland. Pass. Centering pass doesn't get it. 15 seconds left. And can the Americans get to the net? 10, 9, 8. Cross pass. Oh my God. What a save by Rimpinen. The rebound was unattainable. This puck goes the length of the ice, and that's going to do it for regulation. We're going to overtime. No shootout in this one, guys. No shootout in this one. They play till somebody scores. They play till somebody scores. I'm going to say that the U.S. win the Four Nations. I'm going to say the U.S. win the Four Nations. What about you, Josh? Oh, never mind. 1.7 seconds left on the clock. No way. It was an icing call by Finland. And can the U.S. get a shot off? No, they can't. Now we're going to overtime. And again, no shootout in this one, guys. No shootout in this one. We play until someone scores. Unbelievable, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, come over to YouTube, join our live chat here. The only reason we are streaming to Twitter and Facebook is to tell you guys to get your ass over to our YouTube channel. Smash that like button over here, vote in the poll question, and join our community. 2 medal games gone to OT. Nice first time ever. Always love some free hockey. Absolutely. Again, big shout out to those who donated throughout this stream. JVD Media, Kyle, which I'm going to have to send this back to Kyle, but thank you for the sentiment nonetheless. Thoughts on the Smiths, the band? Oh, I like the Smiths. Which album do I have? I think I have 2 of their albums. Hold on, I'm looking at their discography right now. I actually really like the Smiths, actually. Back in the mixtape day in high school when you and your, hipster crush were sending each other music, this one girl who I was seeing sent me a bunch of Smiths songs, and I ended up just buying 2 of their albums. Can't remember them by name here. I'm looking. Oh, the Smiths, their self-titled one. And actually, you know what? I have 3. I have 3 out of 4. I have The Queen is Dead, Meat is Murder, and The Smiths. I don't have The Queen is Dead. I have Strange Ways, Here We Come, Meat is Murder, and The Smiths. And I think their first one is my favorite. Nice. That's cool. I like their first one the best. But no, they're awesome. Yeah, good band. All right, what's your favorite Oasis record? Or are you one of those who's like, I'm not a big fan? They got back together, and it's not going to last long because you know they're going to be fighting on stage soon. I Want the One I Can't Have is my favorite song from them. Dude, awesome band. All right. I think are they going to full? Okay, so yeah, we have a break here, guys. Oh, they're full. Not a fan of Oasis, so Wonderwall. My favorite album from them is it's not even What's the Story, Morning Glory. It's Be Here Now. And the one that came out in 1997, dude, Girl in a Dirty Shirt is one of my top 10 songs of all time. I think the USA will win. But yeah, Girl in a Dirty Shirt, That's in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. I think I hooked Musical like $5 on one of his like jamming streams to play it. It might have just been $2. That's my signature, but still. Girl Afraid / Smiths is an amazing song. Yeah, the Smiths are awesome. I'm actually probably going to fire some of them up tonight now that you've reminded me. Also, Still Ill is goated. Agreed. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking right. You got good taste in music. All right, guys. So we have a break. We have a break as we're going to extended overtime here, right? Who's been the better team today? Honestly, man, it's been even. It's been even. First period, back and forth. Second period, for the most part, the Finns. Then the Americans kind of came back towards the end. And then this third period, the start of the period, the Americans, end of the period, Finns. So it's been a very even back and forth game, very much like the first game that they played against each other in the round robin. I like the Strokes. Yep, I like the Strokes. I think I have the one big album of theirs. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I don't know if it's self-titled or what the name is, but yes, I do like the Strokes. All right, so no goals in the third period, ladies and gentlemen. No goals in the third period. If you're just joining us now, we'll go over everything here. It doesn't look like I'm going to be watching any Vikings football, guys, with how this game is going. Yo, what's up, Jason? What's the beer of choice at the moment? Water, because I'm getting over a cold. But if I was going to drink right now, Jason, I would probably dive into... Give me 1 second. Quick word from our sponsor. Now, from 9 Mile Brewing, I'll be right back with to answer Jason's question. Have you ever heard of Rush? Bro, I'm from Canada. Of course I heard from Rush. Jordan, what's going on, Jordan? Come join us on YouTube. What the fuck are you doing on Twitter? Come on, bro. Get your ass over to YouTube. I think you meant Lions football. No, I meant Vikings. I live in Minnesota, so I mean, if you couldn't tell, brother, if you couldn't, Miracle hat, freaking North Star shirt. 9 Mile Brewing. Oh, damn! What it is with this Decimus song? Swear you're avoiding it. I looked it up. I couldn't find it. So send me the YouTube link, because I looked them up on Google and I couldn't find it. I didn't know if what came up was what you were talking about, because it wasn't not a lot of it came up. I am from Canuckistan. Yes, I am. By the way, shout out to Jason Bryant. Any wrestling fans, NCAA wrestling fans out there, go check out his channel. He is the wrestling beat. That's all I'm going to say. OT hype. I'm just making sure, because no one knows Rush in New Jersey. That's crazy, man. Because even though they're a Canadian band, Rush are pretty internationally known. In my opinion. Okay, sweet, thank you. All right, Jason, I have a beer choice. I'm not gonna drink it here tonight because I'm a little under the weather, but I will show it off here. And what a segue to take a quick break. Don't worry, guys, we'll be right back. 2 minutes on the other side after we have a quick word from our sponsor, 9 Mile Brewing.
people are like, you're making a hef now? It's like last year, I'm like, yeah, that one's called the 11th hour. It's kind of just a cheeky play on that we kind of release it later than most people towards the end of the summer. I wanted to kind of be in there in that cusp between summer and fall, and now with summers lasting longer and longer these days, I mean, we're in September and it's 80s, it's still a viable option.
Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course. We are back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for more World Junior coverage. The last game, ladies and gentlemen, and the last period of hockey, assuming we don't go into double overtime here. And we really appreciate you guys joining. So I will get back to you guys' comments because there's a bunch of them coming in here. But Jason Bryan was asking, what's the beer of choice here tonight? I'm getting over a cold, so I'm not drinking here tonight. But if I was drinking, I would be drinking 2 for his nibs from 9 Mile Brewing. Surprise, surprise. It is a weeded whiskey, barrel-aged honey bush vanilla red ale coming in at 9%, ladies and gentlemen. Brewed and canned with the loving care of Bloomington, Minnesota. I cannot wait to dive into this one. And it was also in collaboration with J. Carver Distillery in Waconia. So shout out to 9 Mile Brewing for hooking me up with this, a beautiful brew. I'll probably crack into it sometime this week. All right, let's get to these comments here. Listen to Pup was epic, great punk band, and super cool that they're from Canada. Oh, I know. Hey, Jordan, I'm a very big Twitter user as well. But like the only reason we're streaming to Twitter and Facebook is to tell you guys to get your ass over to YouTube. So you can vote in our poll question and join our live chat here. Royalty-free music over most mainstream music these days, to be perfectly honest. Try listening to Tongue by REM, bro. It's a nice sounding. I love REM. Great suggestion. Pred's top 5 worst unis. Mustard Tiger. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course. How much to get a crate of that sent over to me? I don't even think they brew this one anymore, but I could see about sending you a care package. I will check shipping costs. But I wouldn't mind sending you a little care package of some of my favorite Minnesota brews. We've me and some friends have done that before, sending some of our favorite beers over to each other. And obviously, like, they're not exactly the same upon being traveled, but like, I mean, I posted a video on my second channel of me bringing over the beer that this podcast brewed with Lupulin Brewing over to Canada. And yeah, I mean, dude, they didn't even, I declared it and they didn't even ask any questions. And then the second time I just brought it over. Fuck it. But anyways, well, few more minutes. Looks like the ice is fully Zambonied. So we'll have one last little segment here from the panel on TSN, and then we will get right back to overtime. Let's quickly go over what we've been seeing so far, ladies and gentlemen, in the third period. Though it was a very exciting period, nothing went on. No penalties, no goals, nothing. Second period, Cole Hudson scored. But honestly, that play was started and led by Zeev Buium. Brandon Sota scored, and Hudson was the one who tied it. Emil Pieniemi scored the first goal in the second period and actually extended the Finns' lead at that point. And the Finns and the Americans ended the first period, Finns up by 1. Great game, man. Great game. Finns looking a lot like they did in the Sweden game. Back and forth first period, looked good in the second, and then did not look good in the third for the most part. And the Finns, what was it, 19 to 4 shots or 20 to 4 shots in favor of the Americans in the third period alone. I mean, it's exactly how how Sweden played them, because the Finns had 20 shots on net against Sweden in their semifinal game and looked outstanding the second period. And then what happens in the third? They only shot 3, and Sweden got 20 shots on them. But the Finns ended up winning that game in overtime. So as long as both these teams can stay disciplined, we shall see what will happen. Thank God I found the stream as TV5 that showed the game will not stream the overtime. Oh, well, I got your back, buddy. I got your back. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and check out oh, look at that. JVD doing God's work. JVD doing God's work. Thank you so much, JVD. And good to see you, Kimsey. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe, as we appreciate you joining. He's just speaking of bands in Canada. That band I went to see from the US, SWMRS, told the funniest joke about Toronto. Do tell, do tell. Yeah, this did not age well, by the way. This did not age well. Tabasco? Oh, and I went to see SWMRS. Yeah, let's go. They were late because of traffic and said people from Toronto are so nice, and is that way. There is so much traffic because when driving on the road, we let others pass each other. Oh, man. I haven't driven in Toronto since I was 18, and I was like new to, I like just got my license, so it was like driving in a big city was just kind of all daunting. But then I moved to Calgary after and kind of got used to it. So I have to go back to Toronto and see just how crazy the drivers are. Vancouver's the worst. Everyone there's a dick, as on the road anyways. Minnesota's pretty nice though. I just noticed the North Star hoodie goes Stars. Yo, are you from Minnesota, buddy? Are you from Minnesota? This is where I currently reside. Trying to give the US a little luck here with the Miracle hat, the North Stars jersey. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go USA! Rah! Miss Canada not being here thanks to Dave Cameron and his selection of players. Well, I mean, in fairness, and again, I cannot stand Dave Cameron, and I don't think he ever should coach for Canada ever again. U18, juniors, or men's team. But it's by committee. Like Hockey Canada put together not a great team. Hockey Canada didn't bring Yakimchuk. They didn't bring Riley Height. They didn't bring Matthew Wood. They put together essentially the same style of team they did last year. Small, skilled, and that's about it. And then they brought in a 17-year-old goalie, which in fairness, again, Canada doesn't have that much of a goalie depth right now, which is crazy to think about because in years past, we've had some of the most deep goalie depth in all the nations. But yeah, Hockey Canada needs to fire everybody involved or relieve everybody involved with their duties and literally put a team together that can help grow this program or just grow and manage this tournament, better scouts, and just prepare like even a year ahead of time for this because it's not going to work with just snap of the fingers. It's not going to work with just a summer camp anymore. It's like Zam the ice and get it going. They did. They have to take the 20-minute break, though. This is just like, Stanley Cup playoff overtime. No, I'm from Canada. I'm from Western Canada. I'm from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. Mom's American, though. So I'm half Canadian, half American. Grew up in Canada, but I'm living in Minnesota now. Do you think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to win another cup? I mean, probably, but I don't think in my lifetime. I don't think with this current roster. I think that they'll have to go through a rebuild eventually, like everybody. But the one thing about McCrimmon is I think he will avoid that at all costs, which will extend their, they'll be good for a while, but I don't think they'll win a cup again in my lifetime. All right, guys. OT starts now, ladies and gentlemen. USA and Finland. Final game of the tournament. Smash that like button and subscribe. They're on a roll this year. I just checked the standings. They are number 1. Standing means nothing once you get into the Stanley Cup playoffs, buddy. Standing means nothing once you get to the Stanley Cup playoffs. So, like, definitely possible. They're a good team. I just don't think the Lightning strikes twice in my lifetime anyways. Again, man, that's fine. They're bullying all the weak Western teams. When they have to fight the big boys in the playoffs, might be another story. I could see them going to the finals a few times. Hudson with a nice shot. I could see them going to the finals a few more times. I don't think they're going to win a cup again in my lifetime. Russia. All right, guys. Back to the play-by-play here, and here come the Americans. Weaving through the Finns' defense. Finland gets, well, it wasn't even really a rebound, but they pick off this puck and send it the length of the ice, and the American goaltender, Trey Augustine, with a nice pass to the right side. And things are going to slow down a little bit as the Americans make their change. And 19:08 on the clock. 3-on-3 overtime, ladies and gentlemen. And this very well could benefit the Americans here, but literally Finland beat them in overtime last time they played. An American shot! Ripped it high. And Finland, again, won in overtime against the Swedes yesterday with 37 seconds left. I think it was like 37 or 32 seconds left after having to kill off a power play as well. And they beat the Americans, I think, in like the first 3 to 4 minutes last Sunday. They do 3-on-3 clown hockey to determine this. And 3-on-1 for the Americans as Connolly, cross-ice pass, and what a save by Rippinen. 18:09. Hey, better than shootout in this game. Better than shootout in the gold medal game. 17:58 on the clock. Buium, Connolly, and Buium's going to go off. Both teams are going to change as they slow things down. And here comes Ryan Leonard. 17:43, and he loses the puck, and the Finns get it. 17:39 on the clock. Leonard took the puck away from the Finn, and Hudson getting his pocket picked, but Leonard staying on it. And Rimpinen notched that to the right with his stick. And Leonard desperately trying to get that puck in front of the net, and he falls. 17-13. And the Finns are going to break out. Finns with a drop back pass. And here they come through the neutral zone, right side. Fanning on the shot was Finland. Russia definitely 2028. What are you talking about? World Juniors or Olympics? Russia's not even allowed to participate yet, buddy. So in the Olympics, you're the Olympic athletes. Don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted. Good to see you, by the way. Thank you so much for joining. 16:40 on the clock. But yeah, the Belarus and Russia aren't allowed to participate in World Juniors indefinitely. But Olympics, they can compete under the OAR. These boys are going at it. And, oh, beautiful tip as a centering pass came from the Americans. But unable to put that home. And here come the Finns. Helene is trying to slow things down. Great stick by the Americans, playing really good defense here on the 3-on-3. Come on, USA. 16:06. And here comes USA up the left side. Checked by Finland in the corner. 2-on-2 battling for it here. And getting it back to the slot. US has it. Behind the net. Looking for his man. Trying to drop it back, but unable to do so. And the States gets one man changing. Moving back to center ice. And the Americans catch Finland on a change. Looking for it. Oh, he almost went for the spinorama. Faked the spinorama to go back left, and a great read by the Finnish defenseman. Woo. Connolly feeds it. Cross ice, and what a save by Rimpinen. What a save by Rimpinen. Unbelievable. Independent, neutral athlete. Wow. What a save. What a save. I mean, Andrew, who won the first game between these two? Who won the first game between these two? On paper, oh my goodness. Oh, he didn't even save it. Zeemer didn't get it clean. Okay, that one he did, but that one rebound that they showed Brody Zeemer, he didn't get it clean. 15-19 on the clock. And this puck goes the distance. USA. Looking to break out. Pressured by Finland. Hudson sends it back around the net. Leonard with it. 14:54. Leonard looking at his options. Perreault going to lead the breakout. Perreault. Shot. Nice save by Rimpinen. Tries to follow through there. Lucky for the Finns that there was one guy hanging back. We get a brawl. We won't get a brawl in OT. Unfortunately. 14:30 on the clock. Way too much on the line. The only reason we got one last year because the States were like, they were well ahead of Sweden. They had nothing to lose, right? 14-12. Oh, what a shot. Rimpinen through all three guys. Back in. How did Rimpinen make that save? How did Rimpinen make that blocker save? This goalie is out of his freaking mind, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, the American skated right through all three Finn guys. Dirty backhand and could not get it past Rimpinen. How many times can they test this guy before he cracks? 13:53. And here comes Zeev Buium. Zeev Buium around the net, looking for his options. He's going to continue to skate. And Zeev going to come out to center ice and reset. You never know, tensions are high. I would bet my life on it. Oh, man, this goalie's keeping Finland in it so far. And another save by Rimpinen on the right side. Perreault. And the lead pass for the Finns. And the Finns finally get into the States zone, but they haven't been able to set anything up in the American zone. The Americans, man, have been absolutely ripping through the Finns in this 3-on-3 overtime, but they've done everything but score. Oh, a nice move by Finland, but he ends up losing his stride there, getting pushed away from the puck, and great job covering up by Trey Augustine. If this was Stanley Cup playoffs, JVD, like, maybe the fourth liners go at it, but like, there are no fourth liners on the ice for this one, right? Everybody is there to do one job, and that is get the goal and score. Holy crap, Rimpinen, man. This guy's got a blocker that I swear is a magnet. Okay, that one was the pad, but still. 13:06. Face off in the United States zone. Ross, come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube so you can read our live chat. And I'll let you know. 13 on the clock. Let me have hope. It's just the wrong tournament for that. That's all. Like I said, it's the one thing that's different about this tournament than the hockey that I generally like to watch. But because of how all gas, no breaks this tournament is, you know, I can live with no fighting. 12:34, and usually I can't. If you guys are watching on X/Twitter or Facebook, come over to YouTube, join our live chat here. Now, a nice move by Finland through the legs, and Augustine tracked that. Great pad save by Augustine, closing up that 5-hole. 12:17, and the Finns starting to gain a little bit of more confidence and get some plays going in this overtime. But the States have been, for the most part, man, absolutely dominating this third. Oh, cross-ice pass, breakaway! And they score! USA have won gold 2 years in a row. Cole Hudson on the 40th shot, ladies and gentlemen. The 40th shot leaves no doubt. 2 gold in a row, and Finland gave them everything that they could handle. They came back And a 4-3 victory in the first game for Finland. A 4-3 victory in the game that matters. That is the gold medal game for the Americans. Unbelievable game. The bronze medal, the gold medal game. Unbelievable games, ladies and gentlemen. And the Finns are hanging their heads low. It's never good to lose gold. You never feel good losing gold and getting silver. But when the dust settles, this Finnish team has nothing to be ashamed about. I don't think a lot of people gave them much of a shot to make it this far. Now, Finland's always good, but on paper, they just didn't have the depth. They just didn't have the firepower that a lot of these other teams had. And they proved that it doesn't matter with good systems. It doesn't matter with good goaltending. And they gave the U.S. a run for their money in this one and actually beat them in the preliminaries. But the United States, man, upon scoring that third goal, they had momentum and were able to control this game. And Rimpinen kept the Finns in it as long as he could. Oh, it was Stiga. Sorry, it was Stiga. Wow, Teddy Stiga. Was hoping for Finland. Cheap win. USA, for fuck's sakes. Boo. Yeah, Jackson, it wasn't Cole Hudson. It was Stiga. V2. This guy sounds like the kid from the old movie tour of the year. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. That was a good match. GG's, everybody. Yo, standing O for all the kids in this tournament. Standing O for all the kids in this tournament. It was an unbelievable one. I would say that this tournament was one of the best tournaments. And I'm Canadian, all right? I just want to say I'm Canadian, right? That even though I'm half American, I was born in Canada, grew up there. Like, that is my team. And I'm still saying, despite Canada losing the quarterfinals, I'm still here saying that this was probably the best World Juniors 2025 that I have seen easily in the last 5 years. Maybe even in the last 10. And I say that because so many competitive games. There were the lead. I truly believe that there were less blowouts this year than every tournament that I remember growing up. Than every tournament that I remember growing up and watching throughout my life. Germany was competitive. Switzerland was competitive. Slovakia was competitive. Czechs were like, they just won bronze and beat Sweden. They were competitive and sneaky good. Canada, well, fuck me. The United States, winning it again, and I just won $75. Let's go! And obviously Finland, where after they lost to Canada in the opening game, did not think that they would be this good and go on this run. But unbelievable group here for the States. Great performance. And I mean, the Finns took them to overtime, man. Best tournament in a long time. Sorry, Rookie of the Year. Honestly, it was a great tournament. Shame Canada didn't show up, but there were so many good games. Absolutely. When some of the best games were like Switzerland, Slovakia, right? That's how you know this tournament was amazing. First time that the U.S. have gone back-to-back with gold, too, ladies and gentlemen.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Fun cast tonight. You got a subscriber here. Thank you, Mr. Flurry. Good to see you. And thank you so much for subbing. I encourage all you guys to subscribe. We will be covering the Four Nations tournament. We'll be covering NHL games, college hockey games, and we're totally open to streaming more international tournaments if you guys want. Like the stream USA one, come over to YouTube and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Did we hit our like goal? 30. Guys, we need 4 more likes to hit our like goal. 4 more likes to hit our like goal. And you know what else happened this tournament? The greatest upset, the biggest upset in Canadian hockey history occurred. And I can't believe I'm saying that with a smile. It's a fucking fake smile, but you got to give props to Latvia, dude. Buium to Stiga. I think only 1 or 2 games where 10 goals were scored. It was United States against Germany in a game where actually the Germans were competitive. And then, yeah, the Czechs absolutely destroyed Kazakhstan 14-2. If Latvia would have beaten Sweden, Waggle Golf would have had to make Latvia hats. That's all I'm saying. Thank you so much for joining us, Stoned Steak Gaming, as well. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And player of the game presentation here. And then we'll have the Star Spangled Banner. And then we'll wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What a way to end the tournament. What a way to end the tournament. The semis delivered. The bronze medal game was fucking amazing. And this game was nothing short of spectacular either, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. There we go. Gun-tone Granny. We just needed the lucky hat. We just needed the lucky hat. Unbelievable. The first back-to-back. Latvia's getting gold next year if they bring that goalie back. Oh, and Emil gets player of the game. Wait, the goalie didn't get player of the game? Emil Pieniemi is getting player of the game. I mean, sure. He gets to stay in Ontario, by the way, because he plays in the OHL. But I mean, how can you not give player of the game to the goaltender? And Stiga's getting player of the game for the U.S. I mean, scoring the game-winning goal. Why not? Because Stiga's more of a role player, right? Well, was more of a role player on this team. Didn't get a lot of minutes even in this game, so that's pretty cool to see him getting player of the game for the States. But yeah, I'm surprised that friggin' Rimpinen didn't get player of the game for Finland. A good display of respect between the Finn and the States there. Silver medal presentation here. The longest overtime I seen was, and it was live actually. It wasn't even the NHL. Was 6 OT. Was 6 OT, and the arena ran out of concession. And I interviewed the goalie. He was on a junior team, and he said he lost like over 25 pounds after the game of just water. And all the boys were cramping up in like between every period. The coaches had to order pizza so that the boys could just get some calories in them. It was wild, dude. It was wild. 6 OT. It was in the fifth game in a playoff series, Victoria Royals against the Everett Silvertips. I want to say back in like 2015-16. I don't remember. Yeah, how does the Finnish goalie not get the player of the game? He was the best player in this game. 6 overtime, dude. It was crazy. The arena ran out of food. They ran out of beer. And the players were, yeah, like I said, I interviewed the goalie. I think his name's Colton Outhouse. And he said he lost it was like 25 to 30 pounds of water. Like he literally cut weight for a fight pretty much during that game. And the coach ordered pizza to the freaking locker room because the boys needed to, they needed calories. Kind of like the Pens Flyers 5 OT. Yep. So the U20s, yes, under 20, the United States is the best U20 hockey nation right now. Back-to-back golds, Chet ahead. Running out of beer is unforgivable, right? Right? Especially when there was a baseball field right next to it where they probably could have just like borrowed some kegs. We'll get you back. NHL record for longest overtime was 6 back in 1936. Wow. Oh, that's cool. So Ryan Leonard's winning tournament MVP. Cool stuff here. Man, and Washington Capitals had a ton of prospects also in this tournament, which was cool to see as well. By the way, guys, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on X, come over to YouTube, we have 5,000 people on X. Please come flood our YouTube channel. There's 5,000 of you on Twitter. If all of you subscribe to this YouTube channel, or even half, we will double our sub count. Oh, man, look at Rimpinen, man. You know what? Rimpinen and that Latvian goaltender Felsberg, they're going to get drafted this year based on this performance. 100%. 100%. And the silver medal is being awarded here. And you know what? Obviously, some disappointed faces from the Finns, but they're not going full Sweden and just throwing the medal into the audience, which, JVD, if you're still here, get this story. So, what was his name? Oh, God. That one New York, Elias something or other. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. That one, like, high draft pick, or I guess a first-round draft pick to the New York Rangers who never really turned out to be anything. And I think he went through some, like, mental health issues and stuff like that. God, I forget his last name. But anyways, there was a Swedish, like, really good U20 player, really good prospect, just didn't work out in the pros, and he, like, went through some personal stuff. Bro, I invited Z. I told him the keys to the castle were his. He never took me up on it. So you give him shit for that, okay? You give him shit for that. I even invited him on for the Canada-US game too. I'm just saying. But anyways, that player, so get this, JVD, he was so pissed off and such a poor sport about losing the gold medal or losing the gold medal game that he ripped off his silver medal and threw it in the audience. And a person with a Swedish jersey caught it and then ripped off the jersey, and underneath the Swedish jersey was, I forget who won the tournament. It might have been Canada, so let's assume it was Canada. You had a Canadian jersey on underneath. So the Swedish butthurt poor sport chucked the silver medal into the audience. Catching it was a guy with a Swedish jersey on who rips off the Swedish jersey just to have the jersey of the team that beat him underneath. It was amazing. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. A great handshake and great display of respect here by the Finns and the Americans. And I mean, so many of these guys have played against each other before, right? U17s, U18s. And you know what, man? And in down the road, a lot of them might play against each other in the Olympics. But yeah, no, Finland definitely has a lot to be proud of here. And how about them Americans, man? Back-to-back golds. Something I thought I'd never say. Something I thought I'd never say in my lifetime. I've seen Canada win, I think it was 4 or 5 in a row. Finland, I think, won 3 or 2 in the last, or 2 in like a 5-year stretch. But shout out to the Americans, man. What a group. What a group. We hit the like goal, 35 likes. Thank you, guys. We hit our like goal. Fucking rights. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. 36 likes. We did it. We did it. Finland-Russia final was insane, dude. It was. It was. And look, when the Belarusians and Russians return to this tournament, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But what I think will be cool too is I think the Russians are gonna come back and think that, all right, we're back, bitches. We're just gonna run the table. And then they're gonna run into a Germany, they're gonna run into a Latvia, they're gonna run into a Switzerland and go, oh shit, these programs have gotten better in the last few years. They haven't awarded best goalie of the tournament yet, but you got to give it to, I mean, even if they don't award a best goalie, it has to be Rimpinen. He had a 94 save percentage. Latvian goalie rules. Unbelievable, guys. Not only was this one of the best streams we've had on this channel as far as covering live hockey games, but this video, guys, officially, it was the highest viewed video and rising ever on the channel. Almost 10,000 people tuned in, at least for a little bit here, and over 50 of you stayed the entire time. So thank you all. You guys are all amazing, man. JVD, thank you for the donation too. Kyle, appreciate you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, guys, it's getting late for me, so I'm going to hang up the skates here. Don't worry, I'm gonna sing the national anthem with my roommate and my former roommate and friend Joe in a little bit here. But I want to say thank you guys for all the support you show this channel. This tournament has come to a close. It was an absolute honor covering it. It was an absolute honor streaming and hanging out with you guys. Thank you to all the returning subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. And I will continue to stream. I will be covering NHL games, Four Nations, some college playoff games, as well as some NHL Stanley Cup playoff games this season as well. So thank you guys so much for joining. They've already awarded the best goalie on what I'm watching. Okay, maybe I missed it then. Maybe I missed it. But it has to be Rimpinen, right? It has to be Rimpinen. I might be a little bit behind you, Josh, too. I might be a little bit behind you. No, thank you, Evan. Thank you. And thank you, Josh. Thank you, Andrew. And I appreciate all you guys in the chat here. Far from the GOAT, but this has been awesome, man. So thank you all for joining. GG. Smash that like button and subscribe. And join us tomorrow for a great episode where Hoppy and Z probably make fun of me. And then glaze the Americans for about an hour and a half. Which, hey, if you're Americans, you deserve it. You deserve it. Smash that like button and subscribe, guys. And we will see you on the next one.